Hi there. Hi there.
What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I hope you're all doing well. I don't know why I did all that unnecessary dramatic pausing. I hope you're all doing good, fine, and dandy. Today we're going to talk about why can't we be friends. If you're not familiar with the den is the best conversation on the internet. And there's something we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a couple other things too, but primarily tonight's topic is why can't we all be friends? And I think it's very interesting. We're going to use the interaction that happened between two very well known Americans, and we're going to work off of that. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about the most important thing that's happening, and that is you, the wonderful, miraculous, spectacular. Some of y'all are hype. No, look, all y'all don't get all the adjectives. But the den folk, and I'm glad to see y'all. It's good to, like I say, try to be back on track. And I know I was a little bit late. I'm going to be honest. I was like at 10, maybe 9:59, maybe 10:01. Sweetberry sent a message asking if we are going live, and I had nothing. And then I was just kind of going through my notes, just trying to see if there was something maybe that I'd missed that I wanted to talk about. And I did want to dive into this a little bit deeper, but we've been kind of talking about, recently the Geiger thing and the, Wiltham Jean and Brown and all of that. But this is something I wanted to come back to. But let's see who we have joining us this evening. And then we're going to talk about a lot. So, only one lie here ahead of time. Confirmed this time. Miss Bell, I hope you're feeling better. Class is in session. The bell has rung. Cultured Anubis. What's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. But it's a good point you make about learning from the past. Let's see. K Grace, what's the motherfucking deal? Miss Grace, it's always good to see Miss Grace in the den. Let's see. Miss Grace is an international player. Y'all don't know that she nationwide and around the world. She's like UGK and Outkast. They made that song International Players Anthem. They made that for Miss Grace. Y'all don't know that's OG stuff. That's secret stuff. Don't go around telling everybody. Early pistachio. How you be late and want early pistachios? You're supposed to be here before the stream starts to get the early bird pistachios. Isley. McVice, what's the motherfucking deal? Beyond the Funny ain't been here. Look, Beyond the Funny, he didn't abandon us, man. He didn't went Hollywood on us, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you why. But if you want to find out for yourself, go follow his Instagram page. Same name as it is in the chat. Just put the ad in front of it. You'll see why. Just go follow the Instagram page. Y'all see why he went Hollywood. Marie Antoinette, Ferocious Film, Janet Dunbar. What's the motherfucking deal? I hope y'all are all doing well. 335 stenographer in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Be for real, Broderick in the building. Danny. I think he's your president too. I think that's kind of how it all works. Let's see. In Florida, I thought you were still in Canada. Oh yeah, you definitely international. Let me see. Let's see. He was on Monday Night Raw. Interesting. I have no idea. I haven't really watched wrestling in quite some time. Let me see. Bad and Bougie in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Hattie Patterson. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me make sure I ain't missing nobody. If I missed you, I didn't dish you. Let's talk about it. So, I'll tell you the only problem that I have with this situation. So, Ellen Degeneres. A lot of y'all know Ellen. Ellen probably came out before a lot of y'all were even born. I mean, it was a big deal back then. I don't think anybody was surprised. I didn't even know what gay people were probably really like that back then. I didn't even know there was a thing uh, when Ellen came out. And all right, Sean, I'm glad you could stop by and say hello. Hope you're doing well. Spooker sat by the door. What's the motherfucking deal? Um, so my thing is this, right? And that's a very interesting thing to say about Obama because is Obama really African American? Because his dad was like a legit African. You know what I'm saying? Or is he? Or is he the real definition of African American? Right? I mean, so how do you that? Oh man, we got to talk about that. Let me tell the story first. We're gonna come back to Obama. Let me open up my fucking notebook so I can keep my little notes here. That's a very. I mean, is Obama a real African American? Are we all like a bunch of fake African? Well, not all of us. I guess you gotta fit a certain a certain criteria. Um, because I mean, he's legit African. A lot of us ain't never been to Africa, right? His dad's a legit African, and you know, his mom's American. But we'll get back to that. We'll definitely get back to that. John, Lady Licious, what's the motherfucking deal? So let's talk about it though. So former President Bush W was kicking it at a Cowboys game with Ellen Degeneres, and I guess she's a Packers fan, right? So pictures came out. I guess she was showing him lesbian porn on her phone or something like that, and he was amused by it. He liked it. He definitely enjoyed it. But there was pictures of them come. They were sitting there talking and giggling and chuckling it up. And those pictures came out. People were just upset. They were mad. Boy, let me tell you, how could a GW hang out with that little lesbian boy and just be all in public with it? And you had a bunch of people who were just, I can't believe Ellen he would just hang with that terrible president. He was so oppressive, you know. And people were mad on both sides. It's stupid. It's really fucking stupid. But Ellen comes out and she has a she kind of just, I don't know, wouldn't call it a PSA or anything. She just kind of just explains, hey, I got friends of all backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? I got friends in low places, but she was just talking about how she got friends who don't necessarily agree with her, but that can't be the reason why that you can't be friends. Everybody has different opinions. Everybody has different thoughts. Everybody has different opinions, but that doesn't stop her from being friends with people. So that had me thinking, here in the Den show, it's lots of different people from lots of different backgrounds, lots of different beliefs, and for the most part, maybe 79% of us get along, like 79% cohesion here. We got like a little gook that just don't want to jail sometimes, but it's all good. Some people just don't get along. I find it very amusing, but for the most part, we all come together for some reason, right? And so it just had me thinking, why is it that most people can't be friends? You saw a lot of this when Trump got elected. Family members disowned other family members for voting for Donald Trump. Having a different opinion. Friends disowned, lifelong friends disowned each other. I just saw a thing, what's this guy's name? It's a black guy. I think his name was Isaiah Powell or something like that. And he was talking about he had a friend of 25
Dan Strong
years.
Donated $5. Why can't we be friends? The inevitable human nature to dominate everything and everyone around you. Good night.
Shout out to Dan Strong. Is it just me or did the computer voice put like some emphasis on that night? Good night. Shout out to Dan Strong, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate you showing some love and supporting the channel, man. Dan, the motherfucking man. But this is true. This is true. You do have people who just they want the power. They don't want the friends. Who said that? who was it? Dove C. I'd rather be feared than loved with a pocket full of doves. But like I said, just looking at this situation, right? And let me tell you the thing that had me most upset though about these two people, sitting there and having this conversation. I'm gonna tell you what really upset me about it is the fact that they wasted time watching the Cowboys game. That's terrible. I mean, who watches the Cowboys? They are awful. But here's the thing. I mean, think about it, right? Everything that we do in life, it seems like we strive to pick a side, to differentiate, to be different from everybody. Anybody else who's not on this same bandwagon than us is the enemy. Tribalism, you can call it. And again, it's for so many different reasons. You have people who, again, we can talk about sports teams. We could talk about race. We could talk about fucking stupid shit like what side of the fucking city you live on. People of different economic classes. I mean, people look for reasons to divide. And a lot of these reasons are fucking stupid. So I'm just sitting here wondering, well, with all these stupid fucking reasons that we separate ourselves and we don't want to be associated, why can't it be that easy to come together and be friends? Now, me personally, I use the term friend, I don't know, loosely maybe, because I've said before, I'm real peculiar with the term, I don't just run around willy-nilly calling everybody friends. I've talked about experience and I've, cut a lot of people off, people that you would consider friends. And, maybe sometimes people can be too loose with the term. People who may not have your best interest in mind that you associate with might not be your friends. But I don't think that if we're using it in the general sense of, I guess positive associations with other human beings, why is it that hard? I'm we're friends until week 15. That sounds good to me. So my thing is this. And that's how I am, like I say, because I also noticed something last night. And I'm not going to talk very long because this might be a shorter day. We might still end at midnight. I haven't quite decided. So even though I started late, that's my fault. We are all friends of the den, lady. Listen, this is true. Because this is something I've noticed, that people have said things about like prepaid Mike's beliefs or even Broderick's beliefs or any of the other people who have more conservative thoughts or lean to be more conservative. And I find it funny because generally, for the most part, I tend to agree with a lot of the stuff that they say. Now, again, like I said, I don't know if I lean conservative. Like I said, I like to consider myself independent, but it's just certain things that just make more sense from my life experiences. I guess maybe as you get older, maybe as you see things differently, shit changes. But people still seem to come back to then. They still seem to enjoy it, and so I wonder, well, what is the difference, right? What is yeah, you're right. Look, that no, the only thing that's more ignored than that is the 10-minute rule. So like I said, I'm just sitting here wondering, like, well, if they don't like these particular views, and I tend to kind of lean this way, well, what is it, So I'm just curious. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Like, because even my thoughts with the den is that I may not agree with everybody on everything, but I want to understand. I truly want to understand other people's thoughts, other people's feelings, why they feel the way they do, their experiences. And I think when you get a better understanding, you relate to things better.
MRSMEAT37 donated $3. We have issues, Ed. Until you address them, kiss my dirty bird ass shoddy.
Well, when I open up the line here, Angela, you can feel free to call in. I mean, you're not doing it. It's not like you're watching any of your sports teams do anything. Definitely not the Braves. So feel free to call in when the line gets open. We can address all of the issues that you would like to address. Angela, but I appreciate the love. Dirty Bird ass just sounds nasty, doesn't it? Just Dirty Bird. You go watch that Dirty Bird. Oh, Dirty Bird booty. But we're gonna talk about it, right? Pinky's out. Oh, you gotta. I don't really be holding this. I be trying to do it. I just grab the whole fucking cup, dude. Like this. Ah, yes, this is excellent. An excellent beverage for the people. Just tasty, quite delicious. Yes. Ah, yes. Oh, that is right. There's multiple Shelleys, multiple Angelas. A toast to you, my good man, Ferocious Film, for being the exquisite gentleman that you are. But let's talk about it, man. Like I said, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time over the line. We're going to implement the 10-minute rule. First, let me get the numbers. Let me get the phone line open. I'm talking all this shit. I still haven't figured out why I'm not getting the text messages, so I'm gonna have to dibble dabble in the dilly dally and figure out what the exact problem is. Brother says it depends on the person it's coming from. Okay. Do you think that? Well, because we've talked about certain things too. We've talked about certain things like with Jay Dizzle's delivery on certain things. We could be saying the same shit, but because of who is saying it, I have very few shirts with buttons. I need to up my button collection. I got too fat for the button shirts. I think we active. We live? What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening? Are we there? Hold on, let me make sure I got it right. I might have it fucked up. Hello. Testing. Anybody there? Okay. I don't know what happened with that one. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Oh shit! What's up?
What is good, my good ma'am? How are you this evening? And thank you for calling into the den. Who do we have speaking on the line this evening?
Angela, no, fucking lady. Listen.
Yes. Okay, Angela Licious. Okay, Angela Licious. So, what is on your mind this evening, Miss Angela Licious? What would you like to discuss this evening? What are your thoughts on friends, and why is it so difficult for people to be friends?
Man, because like you said, everybody's different. Nobody's the same. Everybody has different views. And some people are closed-minded, some people are open-minded. It just, it's people are just too different. Now, I can't say I click with everybody. I can get along with everybody, but, it is what it is. He can piss me off or something else, But, everybody just got too many different views. There's too many opinions out there. So it's kind of hard to be friends with just everybody.
Oh, okay.
And not even just that. Some people 100, some people fake, some people, too many differences.
Okay. So I have a question. So what is a deal breaker? What is an instant deal breaker of friendship with you?
Shit, you smoke?
That's a deal maker. We talking about a deal breaker. What is like a no go? What is something that somebody? Yeah, there's something on my phone. There we go.
Oh shit, man. I don't know. It depends on how you talk to somebody. Like if you come off with an attitude or something, I think that'll be like, I don't give a fuck what your problem is. I ain't do it to you. So if you come off with some kind of attitude or some shit like that, yeah, that'll be a big deal breaker. Like, don't come at me like that. I ain't do shit to you. I don't give a fuck who pissed in your cornflakes, but I ain't do it. Yeah, that might cause a deal breaker right there.
Okay. All right. So, has there ever been a situation where, and actually two questions here. So, has there ever been a situation where you were friends with someone that you may have trusted or you thought was on the up and up, and you found out that they were scummy scoundrels, and you had to end that friendship.
Hell yeah, like that bitch that stole from me.
Oh, what bitch? Where's she at? Let's go find her. Let's go whoop her ass.
I know, right? Like, how the hell? And it will make it so bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm a very giving person. Like, if I got it and you struggling, you need it, you should know, Honcho, especially me. I'm not that type of person, you know what I'm saying? But you need some laundry detergent, here you go. I'll give you a cup or two. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I tell you some, you know what I mean? But I'll give you some, And I mean, why you got to steal from me, though? Like, that.
Oh, did I do something bad there? Oh, I think I accidentally hung up on Lady Listen. I used the wrong thing. Hold on, let me see if I can go back and save that. That's why I said I don't like this particular phone. Dilly dally. Hold on. Let me see what I done did. I think I fried it. Hold on 1 second. I'm a terrible person. I know she did. She get stole from, but then she got hung up on. You hate to see it. All right, hold on. See, that's a bad deal. I was trying to change the damn thing. Let me fix the phone here. Let me use the pop out version. I feel really bad about that. Let me see if we can resolve that situation. Let me see. Yeah, no, I definitely fried that. Miss Lady Licious, I apologize. I guess that I accidentally hung up on you. That was not my intention in the slightest. So yeah, let me get up. Look, that's what I say. Let me set stuff up the right way, because that was definitely no bueno. Probably like that goddamn asshole Ed Honcho just hanging up on people. Who the fuck does he think he is? All right, hold on. Let me fix the situation here. Let me get off of this. All right, let me get off of that. Let me stay away from this, because like I said, I'm gonna be fucking people's calls up. All right. I came here to do something completely different. So sorry about that, Miss Lady Licious. Feel free to call back. I did not mean to hang up on you. What's the motherfucker deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Oh man, it's Elise.
Elise. So Elise, what's the motherfucker deal, man? What's on your mind, so Elise?
Nothing much, man. To be honest, I was just reading your caption, man. And, I mean, people should know now that like Ellen and George Bush, those are on a different level of people, So, you know what I mean? Though, like when you that high in a social status area, you have to understand. I'm sure all these motherfuckers be hanging around with each other, see each other. It's just a different world up there.
Yeah.
So for people to get upset, I think they just gotta know it's just kind of weird. You just gotta understand how, I guess, higher up people work, because it ain't like everyday life where they go out. They can't even go out most of the time because people just be and all. A motherfucker, because they just so high up. And it really shouldn't matter though, because I understand that Ellen's demographic of people probably are gay and not Republican or whatever, compared to George Bush, and they may have some resentment for that, whatever, because they want to choose sides or whatever. But to be honest, man, I just think it's just kind of crazy. Just kind of over it, man. Really.
I agree. Now, again, Lady Licious, I apologize. I read some stuff, and because I saw somebody say, part of secret societies and stuff like that. I read this thing. Somebody posted some stuff after this happened, and they had some emails and some other things, basically saying that Ellen is an agent, and basically saying that, because she, even under Hillary Clinton, when she was running, some other things when she was Secretary of State, and they were talking about that Ellen's willingness to push certain propaganda that they've had conversation with the people in the different various agencies, and they showed emails and things that got leaked out that's saying that, she was willing to push these messages on her show, being as popular as it was, and being, that she has this variety of people. Do you think have you ever watched the Ellen Show?
Like, I've seen some of it, man. Like, it's more like what my aunt watch and shit like that. Every now and then I see it.
Okay. Well, from what you've seen, would you think that she's pushing an agenda?
Everybody's got an agenda to push. Like, everybody does. It doesn't matter what show you watch. There's a certain agenda someone's trying to push. And so, to be honest, man, I'm sure she is. I'm sure she doesn't see everything. I'm sure she's got a little community that wants that agenda to be pushed by her viewers and shit like that. So it's just all that correlates to each other. I'm sure, But as far as like, is it right or wrong? I mean, there's a lot of shit right or wrong in this world that people don't pay attention to. They just turn a blind eye. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, man, I mean, it is what it is because everybody's got an agenda, like I said. It don't matter who you are, what show you run. Oprah had an agenda to push. You know what I mean? Yep. When she was on her show, goddamn CNN has an agenda to push. Fox has an agenda to push. CBS has an agenda to push. All these fucking corporations got an agenda to push of what they want to be seen, And so it's just the way it is. We live in a society now that people are, especially with the internet, social media, people are just so focused on what's going on with these little high celebs' everyday life because, you're so close to them. Why, like, hard not to,
I agree. And then, with a lot of these social medias and all this other stuff that is going on, people do feel like they have this closer connection. Because, back in the day, you couldn't tweet somebody and possibly get a response or, the following in the Instagrams and all this stuff, where they give you this insight and this inside of their lives. It just used to be the time you saw them on TV and you just had this idea of them. I don't think they were as political. I won't say that they weren't as political, but they didn't have as many outlets to voice all their opinions and all this. And so, like you said, right now it's even more so than ever that people feel they are, buddies or whatever with these celebrities. So, but with them having more of this connection, do you think that makes the people more, or do you think it makes it easier for these celebrities to influence people? Since people are so active in their lives now.
Oh hell yeah, man! I mean, just looking at you go on Instagram. I mean, most of that shit right there, like the people that pop up do viral videos, most of that shit's fake or scripted, but people still believe it's real. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So especially when you got high level celebrities like Ellen and people like her, trying to push out certain agendas. I mean, you just gotta see it. And that's what they want to push. I mean, you can't. I mean, if you're with it, then be with it. But if you're not, then don't be with it. But it really is just at the end of the day, it depends on what the viewer or the person that's viewing the content want to believe. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's all I really got, man.
Okay, all right. Well, so Lisa, I appreciate you. Calling in and sharing your thoughts with us.
No problem, man. Hey, keep going with the live show, man. You got 4,000 subscribers. Last time I saw you, they're like 2,000. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, I've been losing. Look, I've been on the negative for a little bit. I was like negative 30 a couple of days ago. I think I'm negative 4 today. So maybe I'm going back in the right direction.
Man, just keep pushing, man. Keep grinding. Keep doing you.
Alrighty, man. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Alrighty. Shout out to Solis, man. And again, Miss Bell and Lady Licious, I apologize. I answered Miss Bell's call, but I couldn't hear anything. And then Lady Licious, I didn't deliberately do it, but yes, I hung up on you when I switched the page on the Dilly Dally. So I was not able to correct that. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling into the den line this evening?
Hey, it's about time. It's only taken 2 days.
Miss Bell, how are you, Miss Bell? I know you were not feeling too well.
I'm doing better.
Okay.
I was definitely under the weather the last couple of days. However, Miss Me Angela kept me in her mouth, so I didn't feel like I was being neglected when she said that I was going to overtalk on, I think it was Monday, and then y'all were really nice because I went to sleep early last night, so I'm feeling better. I was just under the weather a bit. So to catch up all that, I'm not going there. And the reason I didn't call in a lot of it is because when it comes to the biracial shit, y'all have heard me talk too much about it, and I'm good with that for now. Okay, the deal with Ellen and the president, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it is a very odds-bockens kind of thing. I know it's a big word. Two completely opposite politically stated people, yet they can watch a baseball game together. That should tell a whole lot. And I think that that's a neat concept. What they shared personally, could care less about. Not my thing. But I just don't kind of understand the outrage. Do you?
No, I mean, it's baffling to me. Do you think that it's because people just want to be angry? Do they project their problems as the faults of others? So maybe that's why it's hard for them to tolerate two people who have different beliefs, just actually enjoying a sensible conversation?
Or even a good baseball game, depending on who's playing. Yes. The bottom line here is, and this is actually all 3 days for me that accumulates the same thing. There's always going to be haters. Haters are always going to hate, but you don't have to be a part of that. And that goes along into every single conversation we've come at, is that when the public gets their rope across their ass about something that they don't like, it all of a suddenly becomes a lynch mob. And it doesn't matter what side of the fence it's on, which ethnic race is carrying the torch, because whites aren't the only one carrying torches these days. And that's something that doesn't always quite get discussed. It's just like, well, that's within our culture. We need to talk about it within ourselves. Well, if it crosses lines on other cultures, then it needs to be talked about as a general discussion. And not just, well, we'll keep it in the family bullshit. Because there's an old saying, you keep the secrets, you're only as sick as your worst secret, I guess, has been said at one point or another. And if hate is a big secret among culture, then it's something that really needs to be talked about. And these two people that come from completely different political stances can sit together and watch a game together. I mean, that's going to be said for something. You can't expect everybody to do that. There was something else that you were talking about, too. Was this the main topic of tonight?
This is pretty much the main topic. I think I made a reference to Obama and his lineage, but pretty much I think we've been talking about the being friends from different background situation.
They're both in the elite status of their celebrityism, even though one's political and one is movie and television. But as far as that goes, they're pretty much on that same sort of, they're in different levels, but they're still in that elite group of we're not there, the general public. And so sometimes it just comes off as being just jealous and hating, And who knows? President Bush might be a lot more liberal than we give him credit for. And Ellen, as a business person, might be a lot more conservative just because she is gay than is made public. Not all cards are shown just because this is what they represent out in the public. And that's what people tend to forget. This is the face of the public. That doesn't mean in private that they're more conservative, they're more liberal. So anyway, that's just sort of my thing, and I'm trying to stay on my 10-minute wrap. But technically I heard you, and it was like, have you ever been butt dialed by somebody and you're yelling, hey, I'm out here? And they're ignoring you, and they're going about their business, and and that was what I felt like. So I wanted to tell you, I felt like I was in somebody's back pocket tonight. It's all good.
No, usually when people butt dial me, I'm being nosy. What the fuck these motherfuckers up to? Let me see what's going on here, so I can talk some shit about them. Like, oh yeah, you was over there doing something you ain't had no business, huh? But
even so, it's all good. But just want to say, I finally got back into my slot of hitting it on the dime. Whether it connected or not, it's all right. But hey, I'm glad to see everybody back on the boards tonight. I'm glad that everybody's been coming in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And are we having a den tomorrow night?
Tomorrow, Thursday. Yes. I'm gonna try. Like I said, I'm gonna try to slide through daily. I'm gonna do my best to do daily. I'm gonna try to. If I don't, I'll try to put something up.
That works. Especially those of us on the East Coast, because it's still an hour later. We like to get a little bit of notice so we can figure it out, you know?
Okay. East Coast, Patriots and Yankees fans. I don't know about you guys.
I'm not so much a Yankees fan. Patriots only by the fact that I was born up there. And I'm still a Saints fan, which I keep getting rolled over about. But I'm okay with that. I'll own it. Okay. And the Panthers right now are on their way to England to play against, I can't remember. It was on the news. But anyway, so that's all I got to say. And I hope everybody has a great night.
All right. Well, Miss Bell, as always, the bell has rung. I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts.
All right. Night.
All right. Good evening. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
What's good, Honcho? This is the bootlicker.
Prepaid. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind this evening, Mr. Prepaid?
Oh, man, just licking boots, man. Keeping the black people down. You know me. Just keeping a stranglehold on niggas, man. You know how I do. Shame on me. Shame on me. Shame on me. I was, honestly, man, all bullshit aside, I was in the hood earlier. Like, I was, trying to help out my people. Mm-hmm. And I was looking for Ashley, but they said she ain't been there in over 25 years. But you black and you proud. Go ahead, sister. Anyway, not many stories surprise me when it comes to stuff like this, but this one really surprised me, Honcho. And the reason being is because Ellen has become such a lovable person in the media. Yeah. She's become such a celebrated, Democrat and, lesbian and all that good stuff. And she fights for LGBT, all that shit. So it was kind of surprising to me. And probably the most hilarious thing to me is that she has to make a video explaining her going to a football game surrounded by other rich motherfuckers. That was the most mind-boggling thing. But then it hit me. The one thing about people who are broke or people who haven't accessed any type of success yet is that they don't understand social class. They understand politics, kinda. They understand race for the most part. Do not understand social class. So let me break it to you. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, gay, straight, Democrat, Republican, if you like Burger King or McDonald's. If you have money, you are going to be associated with others who have money. That's how the rich stay rich. There's no coincidence on the biggest football game of the year, Cowboys versus Packers, that Ellen was in the press box. There's no coincidence because everybody in there has lots of millions. Everybody. Like Jerry Jones doesn't even associate with those who don't have money and status. So you can't even just be rich and be in a press box at a Cowboys game. You got to have status also. Everybody on there, when they put the camera on them, was somebody important.
That's true.
And this is how the world works. So while Ellen, and the problem is that Ellen has immersed herself with libertarians and Democrats, so they thought they can control who she can be associated with. But what they don't realize is these rich Republicans, these rich people who she's supposed to dislike so much, are the people who made sure she became rich. That's how the money works. That's how the money flows. That's how this whole thing works. It goes in a circle. It goes in a circle. That's why you don't see all these gay poor people. You ever notice that in the media? You never see the gay poors. They always are rich.
Yeah, why is that?
What?
Because if I'm not mistaken, black people have a hard time getting money, but the gay black people always got money. What is that? Does the gay overrule the blackness?
Yeah, because that's how this whole thing works. Now the gay blacks who have money will tell you how hard it is being black and gay in America, but they never gonna tell you how hard it is being black, gay, and rich in America, because they want you to leave that part off. Lee Daniels will go on a rant about how hard it is being black in America. That nigga will never tell you about how it is being black and rich and gay in America, because that shit is amazing. You can buy all the designer shit. You can sleep with all the little boys you want to when you black, gay, and rich. But see, what they do is they route their fan base, and then what their fan base does in return is like, oh my God, I stand with Lee Daniels. What the fuck is you standing for? This nigga's extra rich. He got all kind of shows. Lee Daniels be having syndications going on at the same time. He be having 4 and 5 shows going at one time. White people ain't even got that going. Now, I don't know if Tyler Perry is gay or straight. If I had to guess, since he ain't got no woman, you seen Tyler Perry studios?
I haven't seen the inside of it. I just know that, he obtained. I hadn't really seen any pictures or anything of it.
Oh man, it's amazing. It's one of the most amazing things in the world. And my wife actually, she goes, why are you not celebrating Tyler Perry Studios? It's bigger than Disney and all that stuff. I said, I'm not mad at Tyler Perry for getting a studio. I'm happy that he's acquired that type of wealth. I just wish he had to step on black people to get there. I just wish you didn't have to make every black man a drug dealer or a wife beater or a deadbeat daddy to get to your success. That's the only thing I ever asked. That's the only thing I ever wished. That you could someday put us in a good light. But once again, even if a person like Tyler Perry, he is going to champion black people all day long because that's what he wants y'all to do. But the people who backed Tyler Perry were white. It's true. That's how he got there. That's how he got the big break. So, Ellen is finding out the hard way what black people have been dealing with for so long. They love you until they can't control you. And when they can't control you, you're canceled. So if Ellen goes to a football game and she ain't sitting next to Hillary Clinton, bitch, we're done. And it is what it is. It is what it is, man. You think this is the thing, and this is the thing that made me laugh when she's talking. She's like, "Oh, and look who I'm sitting next to." You knew George Bush was gonna be there. He a past president. Who was that? George W. or George H. Bush?
It was the W, huh?
That's W. That's the little one, right?
Yeah.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me again.
Yeah.
He's that one. Yeah, that one. A lot of people don't know this. I want to say George W. got what? He got about $200, $300, maybe $400-500 million, right?
Yeah, he loaded.
Yeah, he's up there. This is who Ellen is friends with. Like, people will yell about, oh my God, Oprah is the most, man, Oprah, all these people who y'all think are the worst white people in the world and the richest, greediest, bruh, Ellen and Jeff Bezos have had lunch together numerous times. Oprah and Jeff Epstein were very close friends. Very close. Oprah and Harvey Weinstein, very close friends. Yeah. That's how this whole thing works. The difference is they all go on these different media outlets and make it sound like they hate these white people, and these white people are oppressing them. That's how they got paid, being friends with these people. They put on a show, make it sound like they hate each other, and they're friends. Al Sharptongue is cool with all the white Republicans. Literally.
Yeah.
Al Sharptongue got pictures with him and Donald Trump hanging out in Trump Towers. They in the mall. I'm telling you, I better wake up. Nothing brings people together, especially the elite, like money. Like money.
It makes me think of that episode. Remember that episode of the Boondocks where they had the Reverend Lovejoy and the Ann Coulter?
And Ann Coulter, yeah, and it was faking like he was beefing, like oh, that's my bitch right there, that's Ann. Oh, she's like, Ronald, what's up, nigga? Like, and that's really how they be, bro, because that's what it is. They gonna do whatever it takes to keep up with the appearances of their fan bases. But in reality, because they all got money, they all enjoy the same shit. Yeah. Everybody loves S550 Benzes. Once you can afford to buy one, welcome to the fucking club. Now, whatever it takes to get that Benz, we got to keep doing it. If you got to sell out your people, sell them niggas out. It is what it is. If you got to go up here and lie about you doing some shit for the people and you ain't going to do it, just do it. Whatever it takes to get more Benzes. Everybody likes infinity pools, Honcho. I don't have one. I can't afford one. And when I get one, I'm going to get some partners who got some infinity pools too and talk, nigga, that infinity pool is fire, nigga. Like, this is where it's at, bro. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
And it sucks because people don't understand the concept, but that's how money works. The more nice shit you get, the more nice shit you want. But to wrap it up, man, I feel sorry for Ellen. She's finding out. She kind of feel how she's starting to see how it is for black celebrities and how they control the narrative for you, no matter what goes on. Yeah. It's to the point to where, you know, if you're a black celebrity, like for example, they pretty much made Beyonce alienate other female artists. Because their fan base attacked the other artists. So she's starting to see a little glimpse of it, of how it is when you're a black celebrity, because they control all that shit. They make Beyonce beef with people that we don't even know what happened. Beyonce been beefing with Rihanna mentally. We don't even know how the fuck this happens, but that's just how we do as a people. But I don't want to bootlick too much, so I'm going to let y'all have it. Ellen, stay gay, stay white, whatever you got going on, y'all be blessed.
I already prepaid. Appreciate it, man. Oh, man, that's funny. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening? Hello, hello. Testing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What up?
Okay, there we go. I was about to hit the button. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What up, Honcho? This is your True Texan.
True Texan. What's the motherfucking deal, man? What's on your mind, man? How you feeling about tonight's topic, man? Why can't we all be friends? Or do you have an opinion on Ellen and Bush hanging out?
Nah, money hangs out with money, bro. That's just all good.
Okay. That makes sense.
It don't matter race. It don't matter sexuality. Anything. Money hangs out with money.
Well, what do you think about people and why people maybe we're not in that elite class? Well, why can't normal people be friends? Or does do the elite keep that appearance going? Is the elite that are making us that way?
Man, we don't even speak the same language as elite. That's a whole new ballgame. And none of us know shit about it. They run everything, bro. And when you become part of that and everything, you ain't gonna give that up or give up anything. That's too much power.
I agree.
I bet that feels amazing.
No, man. Yeah, I'm trying to capitalize on some of that capitalism. You know, I'm trying to see what that. Just give me let me have it for like a week, and I'll give it back. And I'll be cool. I don't think I can handle all of that. I probably.
Yeah, you ain't gonna give it back.
Hell no, I ain't finna give it back. Might as well kill
you
me. Take
none of that back neither. You disappear on the face of the earth to us too.
I'd be like, man, look, see what had happened was. Yeah, I mean, because it's a drug, man. I mean, that fame, that money. I mean, well, you know, money's a tool, but with with that fame, especially though. That power that comes with that's a drug. That's why you see some of these people who they have a little fame, but they really have no substance. And then once that shit starts to wear off, they start seemingly getting desperate to do different things just to maintain that attention or whatever it may be. But I think those who are established, again, like they have the money and the power, I think that's just a whole different breed right there.
Yeah, power's a different thing, man. You know, people that got the fame, you know, but don't really have any power and everything. Those are the people that will, you know, even after they've faded out and everything, you know, they'll get that. They'll even get bad publicity. They don't care. Publicity is publicity. You know, whatever to get back into the limelight. You know, make them relevant again. All the people that got all the money, they do whatever the hell they want, anytime, whatever. They got that power. That's the same shit that always ran with everything, like the mob too. They never cared about how much money. Now, they liked their money. Money was what made things drive and everything, but it's power that they was all seeking.
Okay. But so what can we do as, like I say, as normal, everyday citizens, especially in this country? What can we do to improve the relations between us and our peers? You know, just common folk. Because I mean, sometimes it seems like the tensions get real bad. People get mad over the most minute differences. How do we improve on that?
Well, you just got to remember that we're all poor. You know, that's what actually unites us. That's what we all have in common, or majority. We all poor.
Yeah.
We ain't the elite, and as long as the elite can keep us separate and everything and fighting amongst ourselves, it'll stay that way. And that's how they keep that money.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it boils down to, power, bro. That's all there is to it.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
It's simple. It's simple. You see it in the media. You see it in everything. Whatever they can do. You know, it's like every single thing that they can possibly make about race, or they can possibly make about this, that, and anything to divide people. That's how you keep people in check.
Okay. Yeah, I agree, Coach. Yeah, that's definitely, because if there was a new service, I'd definitely be looking for it. And I mean, and I agree, and I think that. So you think people? It's the problem is more so us as the people buying into the lie instead of seeing what's
constantly,
really.
Constantly. Yeah, like my kids. You know, this is nothing like it was when I was growing up. My God, all this social media shit and this and that and whatever. Oh, you can't touch me and everything. I'll call CPS. Or you can't do this or whatever and shit. And everybody's entitled to this and that and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, really? You gonna let that bullshit creep into your brain? But yeah, that's what it is, man. Right? Ain't nothing to it and everything. It's entitlement, and everybody thinks that they run something. Yep. When they ain't running nothing. It's the elite that run everything. But yeah, you can't be friends. Nah, man. There ain't no friendships out there and everything. Ain't nobody out there for you. Ain't nobody helping you. You a little man.
Man,
and I mean, like every single time you ever been to a job or whatever, how many people there from the day one when you walked in was in it for you, was trying to help you out?
Oh no. Yeah, they got to when the new person comes in, they start thinking, oh, well, is my job on the line? Is there a possibility of me getting moved out?
Yeah, there ain't no friendship there. There ain't no friendship there. That's a constant competition. That's a constant struggle, man. It's survival of the fittest for everybody down here on the low end.
I agree. Man, it's funny that you mentioned it about the CPS thing. I remember my mom used to say, go ahead, call them. I'll be right here whooping your ass when they get here.
That's what I told my stepdaughter. I was like, you know what? You go ahead. As soon as you make that call and everything, it's going to be a little bit before they show up. Are you ready for all that? If I'm going out for a reason.
You feel me? But yeah, I agree though. It is, like I say, with a lot of this social media life filtering. I appreciate everybody said, bless you. All the social media life filtering, people think things are one way, and then a lot of these people they're depressed, they're upset. Man, matter of fact, it's super funny because I just seen one of these chicks. She was relatively pretty big, and they had a video the other day where they were talking about these women who were like doing this extreme photoshopping and what they look like in real life. And so the guy was showing a picture that she took, and it was photoshopping, and what she looks like in real life is completely different. And now she's come out as it's a woman, but now she says that she is trans, but she's a man in a woman's body who's cross-dressing. Like, just some confusing. I probably said it wrong because it's so fucking confusing that nobody, even the trans people, didn't want to sign on for the shit because it's a bunch of bullshit. But it's this attention that is given out through this stuff, and then the people, like I say, this attention I think is destroying a lot of us too, or a lot of the society now, because people are craving this attention. People are more lonely than anything, even though you have more access to people. It's not genuine, and so I think a lot of that is causing issues too. I think like you said, it's the infighting. with the different cultures, communities, and groups, and then the fighting within ourselves. That I don't think people are as confident these days as they used to be.
No, the hell they're not, because they're not overcoming bullying. They're not making it in the real world. Schools are passing them no matter what the hell, and then they want to run up in there to college and they can't handle it. They can't deal with regular shit. They can't deal with the daily grind that everybody's supposed to deal with in America, because America's cutthroat. Not to the kids, though. Yeah, but once you become an adult, we don't give a shit.
You get that 18, you figure it out.
Yeah, they pass you, but we don't give a damn. Oh, hey, and especially like to the men. Oh man, well, shit happened to you. Oh, that's funny, bro. Sorry to hear about that, man. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's really sad. Social media destroys a lot of people.
I agree.
Hell, look at what's his name? AB.
Oh man, he's out of there.
My God, that is just ridiculous.
Still out of there. I just saw a couple of tweets from him earlier. AB is still out of there. He is. I don't know. People are talking about. You got people talking. Wonder if he got CTE, or I wonder if that Vontaze Burfict kid a while back set him off because he ain't been right for a while.
I'll be honest. I hope it's CTE and everything, because that's just natural entitlement, mind process and everything, and actual true millennial thought. My God, we've got a big problem that we just unleashed onto the world. It is awful if that's the case. My God, that's bad. That is so bad. I can tell you right now, I did half of that shit and everything, I'd be locked the fuck up.
Oh man, I'm just from the football aspect. If you would have back in the day, if you'd have had the slightest type of mentality like that, you wouldn't be on anybody's team. And I'm not even talking about the pros. We're talking about little league, high school, college. You might as well be transferring or looking for another place to play, because real coaches back then, they didn't tolerate that shit. Now everything is about, there's especially in college, the politicking, and even in the NFL, they allow a lot of this bullshit behavior to go on. It was real interesting because they were talking about, old school players, guys who've been around the league for a decade or so and some change, and how much different it is. Well, I think who was old buddy from the Titans? He was talking about it, and then they were talking about some other players, how the older players can't really relate to these young guys. Older players used to get out there and get it and had to, really get on the grind and make them. Now these young guys, everything is social media. Everybody's kind of disconnected. They were saying Larry Fitzgerald has to text his, counterparts to kind of get them to understand. So he can't even really go up to them and have a real conversation with them. If he wants them to understand, he has to text them concepts and, advice and stuff like that on the field. It's a whole different world. It's a brand new ball game. It's very unfortunate that, this type of shit is going on.
Yeah, it's awful, man. There's no tutelage. There's no, one-on-one conversation. There's nobody's really giving anybody true advice or telling them, or if they are, they just rejecting the shit.
Yeah,
completely. Like that shit don't even matter. It's like, man, wake up. You don't know what the hell you talking about. Are you serious, really?
Exactly.
Think you're going to get away with that, or it's going to go good for you like that?
But the thing is, society is starting. Oh my God, society is starting to encourage that type of stuff, and that's what makes it sad. But here's the deal, True Texas, man. We went over the 10-minute mark. I'm gonna take a couple more calls, but I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts, man.
10-4, player.
Already.
All right.
Shout out to True Texas, man. There's a gingerbread battle. Let me slump down so y'all can appreciate the gingerbread battle. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
Oh shit, man, it's the least again. I just wanted to add some more shit.
Okay, what you got?
No, man. So we were going. I just heard you talk about the social media shit.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, man, I just feel it because I'm a sensitive millennial. So I'm not a millennial. I'm the generation after, basically, right?
Yeah.
So and so I'm in. I'm a prime example, I guess, as you would call it, a millennial for you older generations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I can see how technology taking over. When I was really when I was in high school, I saw the shift more between sports and how they were trying to become more aware, but everything was still we were heavy on social media. I mean, I just feel like it's a shift now because most people we got people my age, I guess, going into the NFL now, and it's how you just said, it's the generation difference because kids my age are entering the NFL, going to college or in the NBA, and you just see a lot more people on social media. Who's the commissioner for the NBA? Because he had said something like a year ago about this.
Adam Silver, when he was talking about the depression that these guys have.
Yeah, because we're always on social media. So when we look to our phones, right, and like I said earlier, when we look through our phones, we see all these people do fake shit or whatever, and we really don't. Some people really think that's their life. So they're really having that time of a blast, when the reality is different, you know. When you start to think about shit.
Yeah.
So for as me, I guess in this you know, I'm just seeing the shift of a time change, of a generation change, of a technology change, all that. And I think it's just hard for people to I guess older people to understand like why like that's the main question, is really why is it like this? Why is our society like this? You know, because we got shootings happening every day, like nationwide shootings, you know, especially in Texas with the El Paso one, and I forgot what was the latest one that happened.
I know you had.
Was it in Odessa?
Yeah, the El Paso. Yeah, I think there was one that happened in Odessa, but I think they killed one of those dudes. I know they had the thing in Ohio kind of around the same time.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean it's a lot of stuff that's taking place, all over the place.
Yeah, most definitely, man. It's just crazy to see because people just want to know why people doing this. You know, I think as every American, we should just look at ourselves in the mirror and like, listen, what is doing this? And this is, it don't matter what age you are, you just gotta look at yourself in the mirror and just ask the question as an American citizen. Forget about ethnic, because at the end of the day, we all American citizens. We all got a social security card. You know what I mean? So we just gotta ask the question, why is it happening like this? And for us, or for me as a younger generation American, it's just how is this shift gonna happen when I get older to y'all's age? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so what's gonna happen to the kids, you know, 20 years from now? Because I'm 20 years old right now, right? So the kids, 20 years later, when I'm 40 and they're 20, how is America gonna be in the shape of them? You know, because we got all these weird ass laws. We may not even have assault rifles no more. It depends on how it goes. Might be another civil war, but just depends on how it goes, man. Because right now we're repeating history if you look at it, right? There was a great video the other day I saw on Facebook about this Jewish lady that survived the Holocaust, right? And she said first thing that Hitler did, right, was tell everybody to report their guns to the police station because guns were unsafe for people, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody had to turn in the guns. So it's kind of happening right now with the assault rifles and certain other guns, right? How the government wants us to turn in the guns. It's just like, you see how history repeats itself, you know?
Yeah.
And just making that parallel. And it just got me thinking, man, like 5-10 years from now, what will America really be? Will we be a society that's ran by social media more and be worried about more social concerns instead of being worried about our infrastructure in some places? Will we be more, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just be more focused about what's happening inside a tablet across on the internet. Being worried about real world issues.
Yeah, because people ain't gonna care. They gonna feel like they do everything via the internet. So why do I care about infrastructure? Why do I care about? I want to make sure everybody feels good because it makes me feel good. When in reality, you know, there's a lot of underlying things behind a lot of these stories why certain things are happening. Now, certain situations are very, very bad, terrible situations, but a lot of situations that people are struggling or going through, these are problems that are self-inflicted because of all of the access and opportunity that people have these days because of these distractions. So instead of working on improving and finding successes in small doses and building those things up, you know, people just complain and blame other people, and then they just kind of wallow in their sadness, and it gets worse, and then that's why you have a lot of these issues.
Yeah, but like it's really but even in the climate now, right? I was watching what's called The Black Klansman. I don't know if you've seen that movie or not.
No,
Basically, Well, there was a part of the movie that was basically describing what's happening now, right? Is how you still got these officers shooting people unarmed, and stuff like that. It's just seeing how society doesn't really change at all to this point. Even if we're technically, it's the best time to live in any given generation or in history. It's the best time to be an American right now, right? Because due to the technology, all this other shit, compared to how it was 50 years ago, to where people still had segregation. Certain people couldn't go to certain stores because of the fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is just 50 years ago, and so. But even 100 years ago, what were we? We were barely a nation, just barely get on its feet, because my great grandfather just recently died, right? And I found out that he was a first generation American, so like the people that built America, basically.
Yeah.
And so it was just crazy to see how because he passed away at like 91, but in those 90 years, he basically lived an American lifetime in history. You know what I mean? Because he went through the Great Depression, World War II, Vietnam, segregation. He witnessed JFK assassination, Martin Luther King assassination, Malcolm X assassination. He witnessed all this stuff, right? In one lifetime. So it's crazy to see how much it would change in just your lifetime, or my lifetime. See little things that's going to change and remain the same. Did
you ever take time to sit down with him and just kind of listen to some of his stories and about how things have changed and how things have some may say evolved, some may say devolved in his lifetime?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Well, I'm mixed, right? So my grandpa was white, and I've heard stories of how he was a racist guy, right? So I've always thought in the back of my mind, like, did he like me? Like, or did he see me like that because I'm of mixed race or whatever? You know what I'm saying? And so it was kind of blurry to see like how his thought process was for one of his granddaughters to marry a brown-skinned Hispanic man, basically, and how he thought about that. I've heard stories where he called my dad a wetback and stuff like that, a spick, shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't like blame that on him, because it's also how you're raised. You know what I'm saying? Because you're influenced by that, by the people around you in generations. So, but maybe it's different for everybody. You could have someone else whose grandparent was 90-something years old on the opposite end of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just really crazy to see, though, man. I mean, especially now, because I still hear my grandma telling me now, "Oh, y'all kids have it so good because we have I'm sorry I was born, when the internet started. I don't know nothing but technology."
Kathy donated $5.
It was just brought in.
Y'all need to put some respect on my prepaid's name, because he earned it.
Y'all don't understand, back in the day we had to do this, and this, when it really wasn't that different.
Yeah.
To be honest, y'all, I don't see the difference, because we do the same thing, just now it's just stuff to be out there more.
I think that because, like I say, me, fortunately, that I say, I always feel like I was lucky to be in the generation that I was in, because I was, most of my youth was prior to the internet taking over. Then kind of that little middle area we were stuck on, dial up, and then as I was about 18 and kind of getting older, that's when more DSL, high speed, quote unquote, you want to call it, was a thing. So I've been able to see certain trends, and now I can't go as far back as maybe your grandpa or my grandparents are going through segregation or things like that, but there's definitely been a transition from the late 80s to the 90s to the 2000s, 2010s, and you see things, and it's a big difference. And I guess there's just a different level. I mean, if you weren't there, it's hard to understand. The same way that people, if you're asking older people how things were back in the day, it's just hard to comprehend because you're used to a certain thing. Because without the internet, without cell phones, behavior has changed so much. Now that you're 24/7 connected and accessible, it used to be, hey, I leave the house, you can't call me, you don't know where I'm at, you can't reach me, and then I have to come home and check my messages, or answer machines aren't even a thing anymore. I remember when voicemail was a new thing. I remember when text messaging was a new thing. I remember you had to pay per character. Now it's just all willy-nilly, everything's unlimited. I remember having to wait after 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock to get my free minutes and shit, before all of a sudden. little small transitions in the way that they impact our life. And then now with Wi-Fi, I remember when it would, there was no Wi-Fi, wouldn't just pull out your phone and have internet access. Like it was just little changes that bring upon convenience. And then now everything, you can do everything online. You can set your appointments. You don't have to call and make real contact with people. You can automate everything. So it is easier, but it's different. So there's trade-offs in everything that you do. And I think that the trade-off, whatever.
Go ahead, man.
No, I'm saying I think there's trade-offs. And so what I mean by that is that now with the convenience of everything, the trade-off is that human connection, that human level of compassion. You can go, if you really want to, you can go through your whole day without having to talk to another human being and get stuff done efficiently. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and so you lose that human connection. Like, it's just easier for me to just do it through the app or talk to somebody or go into here. You can have everything delivered instead of going and shop. It's just, it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a difference. And I would say it's easier in a sense, but like I said, you lose that human connection. So the trade-off, it depends on how you value. If you value other human beings, then it's a little bit worse off. If you value convenience more so, then you're a little bit better off.
Right. So do you see like people my age, are they more antisocial? If you ever you're just going through Walmart, you talk to them, do you see people more antisocial my age compared to generations before?
Oh, absolutely.
Because they're always on the phone.
Absolutely. Like I just, from what I see, is that the younger generation is more disconnected. They have less compassion for one another and their elders. Again, because y'all have been inundated with so much access to information so quickly, and so it's just so readily accessible. There's this presumption of being more intelligent. It's not true, but what it is you're more knowledgeable about the world around you because you have more access to that information. You have more access to worldwide information, and it's right at your fingertips. Where you can go and Google something, we literally had to go to the library or hope it came on the news late at night or something like that. So now that y'all have more access to that, again, y'all feel like, okay, we know this, we're more familiar. But again, knowledgeable and actually understanding are two different things. Then as far as compassion, like I say, when you don't really have those phone calls, when we wanted to talk to, like being in junior high school, if I wanted to talk to a chick, it wasn't no texting her, what you doing, or with shorthandy or anything. I had to call her up and we spending time on the phone. I'm on the phone caking, listening to each other breathe on some bullshit, falling asleep on the phone on some old trick shit, just on some dumb stuff. When now you could you text somebody, forget about it, you come back a few minutes later, repeat it. There's no connection. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now I think there's a lack of respect, a lack of connection. And it's not just for your elders, it's just for each other. It's like you don't see each other the same way. You don't see each other as beings the way that we used to. So it's much different now. And so again, like I said, it just depends on how you see it. But now this is not to say all, because there are a lot of youth who are more familiar and aware, and they use that as labor. But you have a lot now who, the same way we say the daycare generation, you kind of have this iPad phone generation where parents, instead of really paying attention, they just throw a phone in front of them. They throw a TV in front of them. The same way certain parents, even back in the day, just used to throw kids in front of the TV. That's why you have a lot of people now who just believe anything that comes across the television screen because the TV raised them more than their parents did. And so it's like I said, there's a lot of small factors, but again, it comes just to individuals and how you were raised to that point.
So do you see a correlation with that and how mass shooters are now today, where it's kind of like the media publicizes the person's face instead of the victim's face? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what it is. And I respect those people who say, we're not going to acknowledge the shooter. We're just going to, show these victims. Because think about it. If you're a fucking loser, you on the brink of it all. You have no value for yourself. You don't value anybody else's life. And you just like, fuck it. I'm going to go out. I'm going to make a name for myself doing this. Well, guess what? You're encouraging the other losers to do the same. Because, I'll go down in history for this. I can't do anything else worthwhile. But I can create a mass tragedy, and that's how I'll be known, And again, like I say, it's a hard way to think that people think like that. But again, you gotta account for everybody. There's always somebody thinking some kind of crazy ass shit, and that's just kind of how they see it. I'm not getting attention at home. Nobody loves me. Girls don't want me. They feel like they're a failure as a human being. Mostly the males, because there's this standard set for men You know, and it's waning, and it's unfortunate because when you start lowering that standard and making it softer, now you're gonna have a bunch of soft ass men who ain't worth the fuck. You're gonna have a soft ass society that doesn't want to do shit. But there's still this standard set for men, and they feel like, well, I don't meet that standard. I'm not good enough. And so what you have now is one of two things happening: either they give up and they commit these tragedies, or you got a bunch of these little trans kids. Well, I can't make it as a man. I can make it as a woman, and that's why you're seeing this fucking influx of these things happening, because it's just like they don't have the tools, the resources, the opportunities. And what I mean by that is, you know, it used to be after school programs. Kids nowadays, they're not even being encouraged to play sports, to overcome things, to participate, to challenge yourself, to have some level of growth, to see that you have worth. When you just on a fucking screen all day, or when you just on a game, when you don't go out and see that as an individual in this world, I can overcome things, I can actually grow as a real person instead of just leveling up on a video game, you really don't value yourself, and so you don't see the worth in yourself, man. And it's extremely unfortunate, man. I think that's where you get a lot of that now.
Well, I appreciate that, Honcho, man. I know you got other people waiting on you, but thanks for talking to me, bro.
All right, so Lisa, man, appreciate you calling in, man.
No problem, man.
All right, man. Shout out to Solis. He probably gave us a topic for tomorrow. And shout out to Miss K Gray. Shout out to 335. Shout out to Anomalous, huh? For showing some love. My thing is this, man. I think that's a very good idea. We may have to talk about. Yeah, think about that, man. Y'all floppy disk. What was the floppy disk? 3.5 megabytes. Fucking. You can't even put a picture on that these days. You can't, like, it didn't actually used to take forever. You could not put a single MP3 on those fucking floppy disks from back in the day. That used to be the main medium of transporting information. You know what I mean? Think about that. Now you got a USB, you can put a whole fucking everything you want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like on it, and that's why I say it's just convenient. Even when technology was being embraced, it was still not as convenient as now. Now, like I say, with Wi-Fi, let me walk into a strange area and get on my phone. Oh, this signal sucks. Oh, let me just tap into somebody's Wi-Fi while they steal all my account passwords and hack into my shit. But this Wi-Fi signal is good. You know what I'm saying? Even if you wanted to use the internet back then, well, shit. Who has the internet? Where is the internet? Hey, can I come to your house and use your internet? You know how many friends used to ask me that all the time? On dial-up. You know what I'm saying? On dial-up. And so that's what I mean. It's like, come on, man. Kenneth in the building. Kenneth, how's your little raggedy ankle? I hope it's doing better. And I need to, oh, my phone got a call coming in. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening? Ashley. What is on your mind, Miss Ashley? Miss Ashley gave us a very frank conversation yesterday evening, for those of you who may have missed it. But what is on your mind this evening, Miss Ashley?
Not so much. I just wanted to talk about that Coon Trail. No, I'm kidding.
This is harsh.
I'm kidding.
So what do you think of?
What were you saying?
I was saying, oh man, ASLRP. But what are your thoughts on, Ellen and Bush, sitting down enjoying a good old football game together, and why can't more people be friends?
I don't think they're friends.
Why not?
I just don't think they're friends. Like, do I genuinely think that they're calling each other, see how their day went? No. I don't believe it. I think it's just like a photo op.
Well, I'm just saying, she said she claimed him as a friend. I'm sure that they're not buddy and just saying, I don't know, Bush ain't going, hey, Ellen, what's going on in the gay community? What's happening? I know that ain't happening. But my thing is, this is what I'm saying. It's like she says that's her buddy. She says that she hangs out with people that may not have the same beliefs. So what's wrong with that? What is wrong with people, being at least cordial with other people who may not be in the same realm of thought as they are. Is it wrong to do that, or should people be segregated by their beliefs? They separate themselves only to be in the echo chambers of people who think like them.
Yeah, I think it's fine to play nice. And most people do. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you have to, like, because nobody really knows you. You know what I mean? Like, nobody knows everything about you, so it's not like anyone truly knows anybody well enough to be like, oh, I'm not going to like you based off of that. Like, you don't really know anybody.
Okay. So, I got a question. So, what is the worst experience that you've had with someone that you assumed was a friend that ended up going sour?
Like what?
I mean, there's somebody.
I don't really have friends like that. Like, I just have people that think they're my friends, but I don't feel that close to them.
Ashley, you're a bad person. I like you, but
I'm
you're a
not
bad
that
person.
I talk this way all the time. Like, I don't change the way I talk around anybody.
Okay.
Ever.
There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're genuine. Word. I gotta figure out what's going on with this because the text message ain't been coming through. The phone system is, I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some tweaking and checking some things. Oh, you know what? No, it's not even 12 yet, so I don't know why we do that. So okay, well, what about somebody? So you say you don't really have friends like that. Has there ever been somebody that, if one of the few that you considered a friend, but that relationship ended up going sour?
Not even that the relationship works out. It's just I don't trust this person. Like, we're still, that's probably my oldest friend.
So what happened with what happened with this situation that made you lose trust in them?
I think she's a secret racist.
A secret racist. What would bring you to that conclusion that she's a secret racist, a suspected white supremacist, if you will?
She's an SWS. Just like, okay, so, I mean, of course I'm black and she's white. And, like, she'll constantly say stuff like, we'll just be talking, and then she'll go, oh, well, I don't fuck with black people like that. And I'm just like, what? Bitch, like, why do you feel that comfortable to even say that to me? Like,
but, I mean, if you're frank and honest and she's being frank and honest, what's wrong with that?
I mean, I guess, but it's just like, okay, like, why would you even say anything like that? And then, of course, there's, like, the white people that say, oh, you're different. You're not like the other black people, or, like, stuff like that. Like, I just can't trust anybody like that. Believe me, I'm just like those niggas. Probably worse.
I don't know. Ashley, one of them, what was that show? What was that movie where, like, they would play like real friendly with everybody, but behind the scenes they were like plotting and scheming on everybody. What was that fucking movie? What were they like? They were like cousins or brother and sister or something. But they were like, I don't know if they were step or something, like it was something. But they would be real. They would be just setting people up for failure. What was it? Cruel Intentions. Was that the movie?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
No. But okay, but go ahead. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. As long as look, like Prepaid said, own your truth. So that's what it's all about. Cruel Intentions. I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Okay. So you said that's kind of like your oldest friend, but you really don't trust her in that sense because you think she's a suspected white supremacist. So why do you still, associate? Own your truth. Okay, there you go. What did I say?
I just talk to her and hang out with her, but it's not like I'm not gonna tell this raggedy bitch my secret ever. Stuff like that. Like, no, I don't trust her.
So do you have any friends that you do, share these thoughts with, or do you just kind of keep these things to yourself?
Like, what type of thought?
I mean, you said that you don't share your secrets with her, but most people like to have someone to confide in, someone to have a confidant. Do you have someone that you would consider that?
Like my ex-husband, I probably tell him everything, but just like a friend, no. Mm-mm.
Okay. Do you feel like you connect better with men than women?
Yeah, probably so.
Okay.
'Cause I'm a dog at heart.
That's why you got rid of the cat, because you're a dog at heart. That's tough.
Woof woof. No. No, I like guys better because they're not like as catty, and women are just so like they're just like they just want you to tell them what they already want to do. Like, it's so annoying.
This is true.
Yeah.
Women come to you for advice, but they want you to give them the bad advice. They embrace the bad
They
advice.
basically want you to co-sign whatever crazy shit's going on in their head.
I agree. We're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna make that a whole episode. Women love bad advice. See, and look, hold on, wait. And before y'all start, Honcho's woman bashing again. Honcho's out there hating on the women. I didn't do it. All right, I didn't bring that up. Ashley started it. Amanda Seales is canceled again. Amanda Seales she's cancel proof because there's a bunch of Amanda Seales out there who will continue to co-sign her fucking ignorant behavior. She's always on. So she should have been canceled after lying on old buddy. Okay, what happened now?
So lying on that guy.
Yeah, she should have been canceled for that, but nobody. They just act like it didn't happen. She still got work, and continue to do with the nonsense. People still embrace. Well, he probably deserved it because he wasted her time. So I don't know. How can I answer the phone? I'm on the phone. Trill, how can I answer the phone? I think I don't know. Trill, is Trill over? Are you on live or are you behind a little bit? So that's my house phone ring. My house phone better not be ringing. So, who the fuck calling this late at night? Goddamn, don't nobody got this number. So my thing is this, man. What? So you just mainly keep all your stuff to yourself. So you just that's just kind of how you vibe, how you operate.
Yeah, like I don't do anything like something that I would keep secret. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really keep secrets like that. It's just that this bitch, I don't trust her, and this I've known her for like 20 years. And we've been friends for 20 years, but I don't deal with her on that level.
So have you ever seen her deal with other black people besides you?
Like, friendly? No.
Interesting. So what do you think makes you special?
I don't need a white person to covet me in order for me to feel special. Like, white attention doesn't do anything for me, so that doesn't. I mean, I don't know what you're asking.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, what is it that you said you haven't really seen her interact. She says, you're one of the special ones. Well, what do you think it is about you that's different than other black people that she's encountered, that y'all are friends or that she actually, associates with
you? Well, my thinking is that I'm like every other black person. So it's the fact that she doesn't know any black person. It's like, what the fuck do you think about black people that you don't know? I'm your only experience with black people on a real level. Well, not like her only experience, but you know what I mean, like on a close level. So it's like, you don't know black people. So what the fuck is going on inside of your head? What do you think about black people that you think I'm so different when I'm exactly like, I'm probably very similar to most black people.
Okay.
You get it? Like I don't know what you think if we all just rob people speaking broken English or, you know, whatever she thinks. I don't know.
Okay.
It's
I don't know. I mean, it could be the way you speak. That might. I mean, because you know you confused everybody in here initially, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
right, but it's different. I know, but it's like, okay, if you only have experience with one black person and you're saying, oh, you're so different, you're this and you're that, like, I'm not an anomaly. Like, I just talk, you know, different, but I behave like most black people. It's not like I'm not out here doing weird shit or, you know, acting like white people or whatever. I'm just like a normal person, and all black people are just normal people. I don't know what she's thinking.
Okay.
But there's no separation for me than any other black person. I don't like that.
How would you say that you dress? Do you dress conservatively, in your opinion?
No. Like in a pant suit like frickin' Hillary?
No, I'm not saying like, you know, that way, but I'm just saying like your attire. Do you expose a lot of flesh when you dress?
No.
Okay. All right. Just curious. I'm just wondering a few different things. Yeah. Okay. Well, here's the deal, Miss Ashley. We have gone over the limit. I'm trying my best to stick to it. We've got a couple more people on hold, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna go too late past 12 tonight, even though we're a little bit past it already. I'm gonna take one or two more calls. We're gonna wind it down. But we are going to get back to this because you gave me a good idea for a conversation. We got a couple of good conversations this week because I want to talk about the internet thing, so Elise mentioned it. We're going to talk about women on Friday. We're just going to talk bad about women on Friday. Does that sound like a good idea to you?
What is that?
You just said women just want to hear what they want to hear, so we're going to talk about that on Friday.
Wait, what does she look like?
Huh? What?
What does she look like?
Who look like?
My friend? Are they asking what my friend looks like? And that's another thing why I don't trust this bitch because, and I don't want to, actually, you just said you would want to, but, like, I don't trust her because it's like, she's, like, fucking poor, you know, and I'm her best friend. Like, she's, like, a poor drug addict, and she's, like, you know, prostituted or whatever. And you know how when people, like, if you're going by a group of black people, like she'll fucking hold her purse and do all this crazy shit. Like, nobody wants what you have in your fucking bag. Like I just hate that. Like, no, you don't have to clutch your bag. Nobody wants your shit. It probably smells like fucking white people and dog shit. Like, I can't stand her. I'm gonna call and cuss her out.
I don't know what just happened, but if you cuss her out, we'd love to know about that. I've just lost my train of thought completely. Because you said something that I want to go back. So she's whored and prostituted. And how are y'all friends? Because you sound like you really don't.
Since school. I mean, since like elementary. I've grown up with this person, but she acts like she's like, you know, so down. Like, oh yeah, I love everybody. I do this, I do that. But every time you're, you know, like you're out partying or doing something, you're acting like black people are going to come and attack you. Like if we go out and we're in a group of people and there just happens to be like, you know, black people around, she'll like constantly look at her fucking purse. Like nobody wants your shit. You're fucking raggedy.
I love Ashley, y'all. Y'all, whatever. Y'all can think whatever y'all. I love Ashley, and I love her phone calls. They are amazing. They're so honest. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. But Miss Ashley, like I say, as much as I love your phone calls, I gotta cut you short. I'm gonna take 1 or 2 more calls.
I
Got a
know,
couple
I
people on
can
hold.
get more phone calls in. Thanks for taking my call.
But I appreciate. I have to hear from more. You've been on the streak. Like, not saying that all the calls, but these last 2 days have been definite Ashley days. Third time's the charm. Hopefully tomorrow. This is. I'm loving it. I'm loving it like McDonald's. But I appreciate your call, Miss Ashley.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Oh man, what's the motherfucking deal? We got called into the den this evening.
Honcho. Woo, Ashley, you are a hand fucking full. Jeez. Gosh, I'm not even gonna touch on it, bro. This back-to-back days, I don't know where to start, where to begin. Ashley, I just want you to know that I love you. That I can't do nothing but love you. Jeez. Whoo. Two epic meltdowns. I wanted to call back in to clarify something. I was talking about Lee Daniels when I said I didn't know if he was gay or not, because I never seen Lee Daniels with a woman. I was talking about Tyler Perry when I said that I'm happy he's successful and built a big studio, but he didn't have to sacrifice black men to get there. That's what I was saying. So for the ladies, I know y'all love Tyler Perry, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and all that shit. Throwing grits on people, I get it. I just want to clarify that because I know how y'all like to get.
Yeah, okay.
Honcho, I want to ask you a question. I'm talking about elitists and people who have money, stick around with money. Have you had a chance to see any of the articles that Jemele Hill's been writing since she joined the Atlantic?
I'm gonna be honest. I see the name Jemele Hill and I steer left. But I've seen some headlines. I've seen some tweets and some things that she's put out. What was it? The one I think that stood out the most was when she was talking about that all black athletes should leave predominantly white institutions and go to HBCUs. But doesn't she work for a predominantly white institution?
Yes. Oh. And the reason why I asked you that is because not only has she put out these type of articles, but Jemele Hill goes on these tangents about how America doesn't need billionaires. And she has this vindictive thing towards Jeff Bezos. And it's kind of crazy because I'm like, so Jeff Bezos don't deserve his money, the motherfucker who created Amazon. Like Amazon Prime might be, like if it came down between my wife and Amazon Prime, I'm going to have to really have some hard decisions around here. We talking about I can get whatever I want to the same fucking day. I don't even know how this is even physically possible, but I'm getting it what I just ordered. But nonetheless, she has this thing where she continues to pinpoint billionaires and say that we don't need, but nobody deserves this. How come Jeff Bezos is cutting this and doing this at his companies? And then they hit me. I said, go check her net worth. Jemele Hill is worth $4 million. So you can sit here and tell me that Jeff Bezos, the person who created, I have two favorite things in this world. Number one, Whole Foods. I fucking live by Whole Foods. I eat there, I shop there, I love Whole Foods. Anything you need, you can find at Whole Foods. If you can't find what you want at Whole Foods, you shouldn't be in there. That's how I view life. And Amazon Prime is fucking amazing. I order shit all fucking day. I get packages all during the day. So I thought to myself, why does Jemele Hill hate Jeff Bezos and other billionaires so much? And then it hit me. This is her way of deflecting the fact that she shouldn't have $4 million. If you can use your calculator and say if Jeff Bezos donated 10% of his income and he would cure cancer and all this bullshit, Jemele Hill, you have $4 million. Why are you donating 10% of your income?
Interesting.
Why is that?
Well,
Honcho, I think you're pretty good at math, Honcho. What's 10% of $4 million?
10% of $4 million, what is that? 400,000?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Why are you not donating that money? But see, then it hit me again. After I read the whole article about her saying, because basically she's saying that if black athletes went to HBCUs, that we would shorten the wealth gap between black universities compared to white universities. And I said, well, you know what? Let me read it to see. First and foremost, a big bunch of crock shit. I read the whole thing, but then it hit me. Where did Jemele Hill go to school? Jemele Hill went to Michigan State in East Lansing. Nothing says black power like East Lansing. Nothing. So let me get this straight. You had a chance to go to Howard, who has a great journalism school. You had a chance to go to Hampton, has a great journalism school. You didn't have none. You could have went to school locally and went to Fisk, and you didn't go there either. See, this is what I want. This is what I talk about when people get mad at me. I just want y'all to hear me out. I want all the wokey to hear me out. There's nothing worse than a black person who has intelligence who weaponizes black tears. Hear me out. The reason why I'm telling y'all this. Jamil Hill enjoys everything dealing with white privileges and white spaces. You worked for ESPN. You didn't leave ESPN and go join black columnists. You didn't go write articles for Jet Magazine and Ebony. You know where you went? You went to the Atlantic. The Atlantic has 98% white. You get paid top dollar to be the token black person. And instead of you calling a spade, you rather tell us about how bad it is being black in America. You want to tell me that Jeff Bezos shouldn't have billions? Jamil Hill, what the fuck have you done to have millions? Writing woke pieces? I see Sean King. People retweet Sean King. Sean King saying that we don't need billionaires. Sean King is worth $3 million. Honcho, please tell me what a Sean King did the work to be worth $3 million.
Man, he stole articles written by black women and posted them as his
Thank
own.
you. Thank you. Takes credit for everything. No matter how big of the contribution is, he takes credit for everything. But the crazy part about it is, once again, this is how you steal from niggas and deflect. Man, we don't need Jeff Bezos to have no $1 billion. We don't need to have $1 billion. This is the problem with America's capitalism. Let me go hide off to the corner and count these $3 million I got in my account, though, because I'm doing it. I'm living good. No one knows how I've made this money, why I have this money. Those are the people you got to watch out for, because they're writing these articles, they're putting this shit out there so they can vilify these people, make it seem like Jeff Bezos is a bad person, at the same time justifying who they are as people. Watch them, because that's jealousy. That's jealousy. I have never heard people who have real money talk about people who have more money than them.
And then, you know what the funny thing about it is, too, is because even with like Bezos and these guys, it's not like he has these billions just sitting in a bank account. You know, these are assets usually calculated in total.
Yeah.
So people, but then these same people are tweeting this and talking about this from their iPhone 11 Pro.
Yes.
Yes. Probably going to a nice apartment to live in.
Yes.
You know, driving some type of new, some new fancy, maybe not even a high end car. Maybe it might be an electric vehicle or something that some crafty gentleman has created. And participating in all these other high end luxuries, but yet they're complaining about billionaires who are the people who made this stuff that they benefit off of. I find that very interesting.
Jamil Hill, this is hilarious. When someone sent me this, it had me dying. I was in tears. Jamil Hill talks about President Trump probably 10 times a week about his wealth, and he's showing off his tax returns, the whole nine. Do you know that Jamil Hill has been to not one, not two, not three? She's been to 5 fundraisers that Trump has held. That's convenient, because I voted for the nigga and I ain't never been nowhere with him.
That's interesting.
Why the fuck don't they ever invite me to anything? I wonder why. Because what she does is she riles up the fan base, telling y'all who y'all should and shouldn't hate, and at the same time, buddy with the motherfuckers. Buddy. Y'all would be surprised the amount of people y'all think are Democrats who are voting Republican. I'm telling y'all would be surprised, bro. Y'all would be surprised the way these people will badmouth these people in one circle and go to the next circle and be fucking. I'm telling y'all, the best of friends. They're fucking. All these people are fucking friends, y'all. Money, nothing unites people like money. Nothing. I'm telling y'all, Robert Smith is the world's greatest nigga to white people. I'm telling y'all. Them white people who are rich, them billionaires, they love Robert Smith. Why isn't it like Jay-Z and Beyonce so much? It ain't the music, it's the money, y'all. It's the money. At the drop of a dime, Beyonce can donate to any political party $25 million with one check and never blink. It's not the music, it's the money, it's the influence. And when y'all start to understand that shit, if we as a people would understand this shit, we wouldn't listen to these motherfuckers. To me, I know I'm gonna catch y'all the flack for this. If you are a black elite, you're pretty much white, in my opinion. Because I know you're doing things that's gonna benefit you. You're not doing nothing to benefit me. Y'all think Al Sharpton is helping us? No, he's not. Because if Al Sharpton ain't getting that check, he ain't showing up. If Sean King don't get his cut, he not showing up. Ask the black women who have all confirmed everything we're saying to you. These people don't care about us. They care about that next paycheck.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ellen don't hate George Bush, George H. Bush, George W. All of them are friends. It's called Country Club. They all live there. Hey neighbor. Hey neighbor. Everybody in Lake Olympia gets along with each other. I'm telling y'all, no exaggeration. Everybody who lives in Trump Towers gets along with each other. The grimiest of people, the most established of people, because money correlates you like anything else. Y'all, you ever been around black people? Well, for those of y'all who are black, can't speak for other people. You been around black people when y'all talking about like struggling growing up, and you relate to them so quick, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you talk about a wish sandwich or air pudding, and people who broke know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Imagine if a motherfucker start talking about Versace silverware, and everybody start giggling and laughing and shit. See how we relate to struggle? That's how they relate when it comes to money and elite shit. Open your eyes. These are all the same people. They just tell you they have different ideas and shit. All the same people. That's it for me. Y'all be blessed, man. Ashley, I'm not really religious, but I am spiritual. I am going to pray for you. I am praying for you tonight, baby, because you need it. Y'all be blessed.
Already prepaid. Oh man. Okay, I think that's the last. Don't have nobody else on the whole line. This is very interesting. What? You was on longer than he was. Yes, trust me. Who got the most time? I know who got the most time, but we will leave that at that. But here's my thing, man. Here is my thing. A lot of very interesting calls this evening. I think that we graced a little bit of the friend situation. We graced a little bit of the elitist situation. We talk about elitist. There's a Heidi in here. We know Heidi is elite horse ass slapper. You know, she's had 33 successful consecutive slaps without a hoof kick to the face. So, you know, she's America's leading. What's the word? What are they called? Not equestrian. What do they call the horses? Bovine is like pig, ain't it? What is the horse called? What's that fancy? What's the fucking fancy horse name? Where is the fancy fucking horse name? No. It's like it's a thing. Well, we got to talk about only one lie. No, it's another word for them. I can't think of the name. What? I already know. I don't even have to say so. Let me just. I already know. I see Professor Trill. See, look, you didn't call after the. So if y'all call after midnight, the line will be off. See, look, I'll be trying to go to sleep, but we gonna make a special exception for this one. And the only reason why is because I want y'all to hear the difference between Professor Trill and prepaid. I want y'all to listen to the nuances or whatever it is that you have to hear. There is I mean, it doesn't even sound close to me, but I know a lot of people still say this. So let me see if I can pull this up properly. That's a miss. Hold on. Let me see. See if it'll let me do it like this. Fucking A. Okay, cool. Let me do it like this. guess maybe I should do that. That might actually help if I do that. Let's do this. Get Trill on Twitter.
Sure.
What is the deal, Professor Trill? What is?
Hold on, mate. Right. Hold on.
Okay. A stallion.
Yeah, man. Hey, this Trill brother.
Okay. What's happening, Pete?
I've been trying to call you, man.
Okay.
Ain't nothing, man. I wanted to touch a little bit because I was listening to Ashley, and it sounds like she's the token out of the group. You know, her little homegirl, she don't like, and I'm gonna say she like black people. She probably get along with black people, but she probably scared of niggas. And so she'll probably use her as a conversation. She in the whole group of people, and she might say something out of pocket. Then it's, oh, I love black people. My friend Ashley, she's black. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot that I was listening to here that I wanted to comment on. You know, why we all can't get along, because, you know, it's a lot of jealousy and envy amongst people, you know. And the younger generation, man, say, I don't have nothing against millennials, but they lack in that social interaction, you know, because they can sit on the phone all day, on the computer all day, you know, doing Facebook, Instagram, you know, they can search the web. You can do all these new things that's possible now. That's beautiful. But now they're missing the social interaction when they interact with people face to face. Because now you got awkwardness. And now they want to complain about being bullied. You know, and they're afraid to face these things head on because they're so used to being behind the scenes. So you meet these kids, and they may have 10,000 friends on Facebook, but they friends on Facebook. They don't kick it like that in person.
Yeah.
They might meet up, you know, maybe once or twice, get something to eat or something, but then realize they don't really like each other like that. But they friends on Facebook, because you can sit behind the computer and say whatever. You know, it's different when you face to face, because you can't just say whatever to somebody face to face.
I agree.
Because then you got to deal with them. You know, people, you got all these different separators, you know, all these things to separate. You got money to separate, you know, people from, you know, the people who don't have it. The people who don't have it, you know, they struggling so hard to get it that they willing to hustle their friend, you know, to hustle the dude that they grew up with, to hustle their cousin. But they gonna still keep kicking it with them because, you know, they like, hey, that's my family.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you go to the suburbs, it ain't as cutthroat for the most part. I mean, it's still cutthroat when they get older, but when they kids, they get to be kids. But when you kids in the hood, you don't really, you at odds all the time. You'll have partners, but then y'all might fight over a girl. Or you might fight over, you know, something petty. You know, maybe, you know, just petty stuff. You know, I don't know, when I was growing up, I used to fight with my best friend. Me and my best friend fought all the time. I mean, we fought in the front yard, fought down the street, back to his house, back to my house in the neighbor's yard. And you know what it was over? Tecmo Bowl.
Oh, listen, man, that's legit though. You know, look, hey, that's legit though, man. You know, hey, video game pride is a motherfucker, man. When it comes to the Tecmo Bowl, mad shit like that, 2K, or it used to be another basketball game. That's legit. You got to, hey, you got to handle business over there, man. You can't be getting disrespected on the bowl, man.
Yeah, we'll be at ours. But the thing is, the next day, either I'll be at his door asking if he can come back out to play, or he be at my door.
Mm-hmm.
Now they don't have that. Now, your friends on Facebook. Now they done said something, out of line on Facebook. So now all of the friends that you got on your friends list is trying to send them message, and then it's cyberbullying and all that.
Oh, man.
You never get that face-to-face interaction. So with the cyberbullying, your friend ain't going to come back the next day and knock on your door. Now you didn't have a grudge because he didn't really know you like that in the first place. He just knew you on Facebook. And I think a lot of people get that misconception with this information age. It's great to have the information, but it's how you use it. If you using it as a way to live life, that is not living life. It's supposed to be a tool to help you and assist you in living life.
Exactly.
And I think that's why a lot of people don't get along. They get behind all this talk on on the news, and which the news is informative. I give you that. It is. It's full of bad news, and some things is informative. And it's always, you always end up at odds with people. That's why people can't get along, because everybody got an opinion. Some people respect other people's opinions, some people don't. But I wanted to, I've been waiting. I called a while ago. My brother told me to call in. He's been trying to get me to call in for months now. So I went ahead and called in when he came in time. So I'm gonna let him do his thing.
Right, man. Well, this is what I'm telling you, man. Next time you get a chance, I thought you brought some very insightful opinions, man. I'd love to hear you call in again. Even when Trill ain't.
Fuck all that. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit,
see, it's a big difference. See, it's a big difference between Trill and brother came on the phone. He was cool, calm, collected, and just holding it down. And then Trill come in. I know Trill gonna come in there loud.
Wait a minute, Honcho. Wait a minute. This ain't even for you. This is for Mr. DeMarcus down there. He decided to take advantage of the situation.
Oh, I see
since
that.
I had my brother thrown and time me out. So what I need you to do is remove his wrench again so I can punish him severely.
Okay, I got you.
I sure appreciate you. I told you payback is a bitch, DJ. I told you. But you just had to go and do it anyway. So I hope you enjoyed that.
Okay. Yeah, look. I can't believe DeMarcus would do such a thing. Y'all was I thought y'all was good Golden Grams guys. I thought y'all had made amends, and now I got another look. Let me just see what we got to do with that. Hold on, let me just see. Y'all know when to click in the click of the button. But man, when he said about that,
put mad gang shit in the comments.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. When he said that about that Tecmo Bowl, man, that made me think about my best friend, the one I tell y'all about often that passed away. I'm talking about we used to go at it on 2K, and like I told you, it was a game. It was a basketball. It was NBA Inside Drive. It used to be on Xbox. And I'm talking about I used to we'd be in that motherfucker mad, fighting. You know what I'm saying? And 15 minutes later, look, I stayed about a mile away. I stayed in some apartments. He stayed in the house down the way. And, that's when I was young and in shape. So I jogged down there, take, couple of minutes, jog down there, and then, we kick it or whatever. Nigga could literally go over there, go to his house, we get to playing, we get to fighting. Fuck it, nigga, fuck you. Go jog back to the house, you know what I'm saying? And then, I'd be cool to call him, man, what you doing, man? It just like that, it was over because it was just, and then, because it was that real connection shit, because we done been through more real shit than, we know it's some petty shit, but niggas ain't gonna, man, my bad, it's just, you don't act like ain't shit happened. And we're going to get back to doing the same old shit. You know what I'm saying? And so that when he said that about that Tecmo Bowl, man, that shit had brought back some memories, man. I can't tell you how many times we got over various games. Nigga, shit, it don't even matter. But it is what it is. That's funny.
Me and my kinfolk used to get into it all the time because he had this thing when he was about to take that L, he would get mad and just unplug the game from the wall, bro. Man, I used to want to hit that boy dead in his jaw so bad.
Man, but did you ever have like a whole ass partner or family member that you play it, but they try to give you the whole ass controller? The one that you know just man, that's the most hoest.
Man, it ain't controller, it's you. Your game this week. Dog, get out of here, fool.
Yeah,
you know this controller's crash. You got you got duct tape on this jump, man. You know what this is, bro. At the bottom is sticky, the tape coming off. All I see is the fibers and shit. Come on, bro. You tripping.
And look, don't let it be that 64 controller because you know the little things used to get loose on them hoes. So man,
all the time, the little analog.
That shit used to be ragged. Them motherfuckers could not fix that shit. They forced you.
So you have to go to your house and bring your own controller. That's like, well, we're gonna bring your own controller. Then when you bring your controller, you be like, oh no, you cheat. Like, no, I got something that works.
Now everybody going in on the market now. You know what I'm saying? That's
get his ass. Dog pile on it, motherfucker. And that ain't even my
Pisces
profile. That's my brother's
donated
profile. That's why you had to pay.
Bud Star.
That was the first message he ever put in there, and I wrote it. Can't be doing my people like that.
Yeah, he passed.
Appreciate my rap.
Pisces moon, appreciate the love. Man, look, but see that's another thing we was talking about technology when Solis called and he talking about what was different, you know, now between back then. Shit, even like when we talked about the convenience, even in the technology, even video games. We've said this before. Back when you had video games in the 80s, Nintendo, and you know, you further along early 90s, you had Super Nintendo, but you had to work to make the games work. But the fucking Nintendo, you either had to do the double cartridge, the quarter, you know what I'm saying? You had to do some blowing in the bitch, you cleaning that bitch out, niggas using alcohol. Nah, nigga, don't put no alcohol in it, that's gonna fuck it up. Nah, that shit work, man, I'm telling you doing all kind of shit just to play the motherfucking game. And then when that hoe would fuck up and just get super pixelated in the middle of a fucking game and fuck up on you, well, it wasn't no worse feeling.
You had
back
to
then.
start all over, and don't be somewhere where you didn't save it. Did you save it? No, fool, I ain't saved it. I ain't get to the part yet.
Terrible.
Yeah, that was frustrating. And them games was hard as hell back then.
You had 2 buttons, nigga. 2 buttons to operate. And that was crazy. When niggas, like that's when I say, when I started seeing, you know, the Super Nintendo, I'm like, what the fuck are they gonna do with all these buttons? What's all this shit? Then when they start coming up,
same thing.
just like how the fuck you gonna need all these fucking buttons? Like, come on, man. But they found a way. Shit, now you need even more buttons. You doing so much motherfucking shit now. The shit that got so complicated. And shit ain't enough buttons on this bitch. You need some more shit. But yeah,
the one that had the highest degree of difficulty for me was when they first came out with that analog on that N64 controller.
Yeah.
Because I was so used to that D-pad all of years, I could not use that analog, bro. It killed me. It took me a minute, but once I got used to it, I couldn't go back to no D-pad.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Man, I couldn't tell you last time I used it. And that's the crazy thing about it, because that controller was weird because of the way you kind of had to hold it, like, cause you had, you know,
it was multiple hand position. Yeah, you could hold it on the 2 outsides or 1 inside and 1 outside. It was crazy. It was crazy. For some games you didn't use analog, you just used the D-pad.
Duck Hunt on Nintendo was live 5, man. That
I don't know nobody that didn't have the front of the gun that they was using that was flat because they was rubbing it across the TV screen. Like, come on, bro. And everybody, come on, Honcho, you know you did too. You tried to back away and shoot, tried to be all gangster. So I was going to say, you couldn't hit nothing.
Man, the higher the level went, the closer you got to the TV.
Dog. That damn dog kept laughing that you tried to shoot him.
Man, oh, what? And it wasted your shot trying to shoot the fucking dog. Mad at yourself.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that shit.
I hated that. I hated that little goddamn dog. I'm going to laugh at your ass.
Nigga still have look, I'm feeding your ass, little goddamn dog. This nigga capping and shit. But yeah, that's back in the day when those were the biggest problems you was having dealing with little shit like that. Now, the track mat niggas ain't even just run on the track mat. Niggas used to be beating
hell
on
no, you put their hands down right. The fucking man be going real record like damn.
Then you know the Nintendo thing that I never had. I don't know if anybody ever got one, but I used to see that shit. I used to feel left out. Was that fucking Power Glove? They made that hoe look like it was so live, and a nigga never got one.
I never got to use that junk.
Yeah, that shit there.
I didn't know nobody that had it. I was like, how does that work? I don't even remember what he was used. What game? Wasn't that used for like Mega Man or something? Wasn't it
You could
Mega
use it for
Man?
maybe. I think it was. You could use it
Power
for
glove.
multiple things.
No. That was
Power Glove was Punch Out.
Was on Punch Out. It worked on Punch Out. It seemed like it's like I said. 'Cause I had never. Oh, okay. Yeah, I never used it, but I thought they said you could play with multiple things. But like I said, I never seen anybody get to really use that bitch. The commercial made that whole just look like it was so legit, like it just took your skills to the next level or some shit.
It looked like Dr. Clawhand from Inspector Gadget.
Man, that's wild. Did they ever show that motherfucker? Did they ever show?
Nope.
Okay, 'cause somebody told me they did. I don't know this was lying. Niggas be lying about nonsense. Okay. Let me send this little information. But yeah, man, like I say, it's wild. It's wild. But what are your thoughts, man? We talked about elites. We talked about friends and these different people. What are your thoughts on that trio, man?
Thoughts on what?
When we talked about elitists, like we talked about George Bush and Ellen, and why people can't get along even though they have different backgrounds. 'Cause, she caught a lot of flack for that because she was at the Cowboys game, Cowboys-Packer game with him, and she showed him the iPhone and all this shit. I told him I think she was showing him some titty pictures on the iPhone. Ella liked them hoes.
Well,
But
because people think that people who think differently are enemies when they just have a different opinion. That's it. It would be the same as being mad at me because I went to, let's say, a basketball game with Bad and Bush, because we don't agree on shit. we agree on absolutely nothing. But it ain't that I wouldn't kick it with her. I probably would kick it with her because we disagree on so much. Because I would want to know why or how she came to those conclusions. I find it curious. People who agree with me all the time, that's cool. I like to know how you came to those conclusions too, but I'm more fascinated by people who came to a different conclusion to see if I could pick up something, but maybe something I missed. Maybe it's something that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I find it interesting. But other people, whenever you say something they don't like, they just tune you out. Right then and there. They don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. That's just it. They just don't want to just be dumb forever. So I just let them people do them. And I really don't care what anybody else's opinion on what it is I'm doing and who I'm doing it with. I don't care. Did you buy these tickets? No. So what you talking about? Maybe her and him like the same sports team. I mean, they probably more than likely probably Cowboys fans. Like, come on now.
But she said she a Packers fan, and
Well, then that's why they was there, because they was playing against each other. And they sat in the good seats because they got bread, like Prepay said. The money put them together. It's really simple. It's not really that complicated. People take this TV and this political stuff, they take it too far. Because they go to taking it home with them and putting it into personal situations. Because I've seen plenty of women on dating profiles, if you are a Trump supporter, you could just forget about it. I'm like, what, why? What does it have to do with anything?
Yeah.
Does that really change somebody's morals just because they think that the way to fix the country is different than your way?
Yeah, people take this.
That ain't got nothing to do with morality. If they still trying to fix something, maybe y'all could put y'all heads together and figure something out. Find a common ground. Maybe that plan will be even better for everybody instead of just for you. People just are most uncompromising now than they ever have been. They want this, and this. If you don't meet any of that criteria to their expectations, you trash in their opinion. And I know I'm guilty of it sometimes, but I mean, sometimes you got to check yourself. Like, hold on, man, maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah, but that's the problem. I think people don't want to check themselves anymore. They just want to be able to feel like, and I think that's a big problem with what we got going on today too. Is people want to be able to say what they want to say, unchecked, unbridled, just with no consequences. But then as soon as you say something, like your brother mentioned, cyber bullies, or you attacking me, or people feeling oppressed because you disagreeing with their opinion. But they say all the crazy recklessness, but as soon as you check them or you say something about them or disagree, then it becomes a problem. Like I said, and again, this is from not having real social interaction, not having real conflicts with real individuals, and figuring out ways to hash out those conflicts and overcome those things like reasonable people do. But now when you have that echo chamber, that safe space to do whatever you want to do, say whatever you want to say, and usually you're used to everybody agreeing with your ass. If they don't, you block them or you ban them or you do whatever all that other stuff is. They can't handle it and they lose their shit. They flip their shit and then they trying to hate on you and report you or do whatever else the fuck they call it, because you're not agreeing with them. So again, it is it's a very unfortunate situation that we're in right now, and I think it's only going to get worse.
I agree, and it normally takes something drastic to happen to somebody, like something real to happen to them. Because let's just say there's a lot of people in the entertainment industry. People that are yes men or yes people surround them very quickly because that's what they want to hear. They want to hear that, they're the prettiest actress, or they're the best singer, or ain't nobody can rap better than you, or ain't nobody more hood than you. It's always this type of shit instead of having that one friend to be like, look here, bro, so none of that matter. Just keep doing what you're doing and get your money. Don't get caught up in all that because that ain't gonna do nothing but get you into some bullshit. 6ix9ine. It is what it is. But people these days be like, oh, well, you just hating, or you just so full of negativity all the time. And I try to tell people, I say, look here, I'm not saying surround yourself with people that's like that all the time, but you need to at least have that one friend or that one person in your life that you can go to about anything, and they're going to keep it a buck with you at all times.
Yeah.
Because you know, and you will find out sooner or later, you can't trust everybody. Because the same people who there when you up are not going to be there when you down. But that person that's been real with you, they ain't going to care whether you up or down. They're going to still be keeping it real with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've definitely learned that lesson. I wouldn't say the hard way, but definitely seen it firsthand. And it's very unfortunate. We all
learn stuff the hard way, Honcho. That don't make you special, brother. It just makes you another one. Straight up, just another one. But what you said yesterday or the day before was so profound, and it's not just females, because I know we was talking about the females. It's people in general, and really our people especially. Once they reach that teenage, they feel like that, when they figure out, okay, well, I could just do this. They don't want to learn nothing else. They don't want to hear nothing else. You can't tell them nothing. They know everything, and they can't be taught. Yeah, that base shit, whatever the hell that means. Our little brother say that, right? I don't know where they get that shit from. My bad, I'm talking about, but that is a problem. Like, bro, you can never stop learning because there's so much that we don't know. That everybody, since the beginning in the history of man, there's still stuff we figuring out. Exactly. We don't know everything. So how can you just stop learning? How can you stop being taught? And then once you do learn something, if you want to take on the responsibility, you should teach other people.
Yes, absolutely.
Why do y'all think I named myself Professor Tripp? Because I got a lot of game to give to people if they willing to listen. And I give it to you for free. But I always warn you, I'm not going to spare your feelings. I don't care how you feel. The truth does not care about your feelings. It never does. Reality does not care about your feelings. Bless you.
Appreciate it.
People need to get used to that.
Oh, man. This is true. The truth does not care about your feelings in the slightest. And but that's part of the problem, though, is because people feel like every, and again, we talk about daycare generation, we talk about all these other things that have impacted
DeMarquise Johnson donated $3. 10,000 on my wrist. I'm the boss. Told me take me chain off and let my body defrost.
That's the best thing you've ever said, DeMarquise. That's the best thing you've ever said. You said 10,000 on my wrist. I'm the boss. Told me to take my chain off and let my body defrost. And he put he put that in, through the Streamlabs. That's the
The
best thing he's ever said.
ESG. Okay.
I mean, okay.
To the F.
First time you ever heard that, what was your reaction?
What you mean?
Just the first time you heard that line, what was your reaction?
Man, when I first heard that song, I was fired up.
I lost.
We used to say back in the Gap was crunk.
Yo, man, crunk. Don't get on that. First time I heard, I lost my shit. When he said that, the nigga was literally like, man, didn't even know the song. Man, the first time I heard, I was like, this nigga didn't.
That
Again.
song, he was the one. He was the one that killed it. He had the best verse on that song.
Yeah, man, he had yapped on that bitch. That shit,
he just came on it. Yeah, Codeine set the stage, but then ESG, it was a rap. He had the energy and everything.
Yeah, that's just say, man. And we don't even got that. That's what makes me sad. I mean, you got a couple of cats still doing the same, still giving that H-Town style, but even like that's another change. H-Town music ain't even H-Town music anymore. It's like they sound like I said, like who is it? The little dude everybody love. Who's the little dude on y'all young niggas love? Be at all the sports games. He's the reason the damn Texans lost. Travis Scott. I don't trust niggas with two first names. I swore I thought that nigga was from Atlanta when he first came out.
Whoa! Hold on now, Honcho. How you just gonna do us like that?
Who?
I got two first names, bro. What you tripping on?
I can't trust you.
You know my real name.
Yeah, I can't trust you half the time, damn. I don't know what you gonna say, goddammit. But Travis Scott, man, when he first came out, I was just like, the first thing I heard, I forgot what it was, but I thought it was an old Atlanta nigga, like just that sound, the sound. So I mean, now I give him his credit. He definitely saying, a lot of homage to the H and all that, and those who came before. But he sounded like I really thought he was on some Atlanta shit. That ain't just the sound that we were used to from around here.
Yeah, she a little thrown up.
But it is what it is. The market.
And I'm gonna have to listen back to Ashley's call yesterday. I heard that one tonight. Lord have mercy.
Oh,
I was sitting here. When she started, I'm looking at my brother and he looking at me, and we both were like, "Where did that come from? Like, man, what?"
Man. I'll tell you, Ashley, that's my partner. I don't care what y'all say. Ashley is giving it raw and uncut. Yesterday, I think it was about because we were talking about the interracial. I think she had missed the interracial day. Because we was talking about the trial yesterday about our buddy.
Yeah, I went to sleep on y'all yesterday.
And then, but since she had missed the interracial day, I asked her thoughts about interracial dating, and it got extremely interesting. I think
I'm gonna have to listen to it. Why would she have did she have a problem with it or no?
I'm just gonna let you listen. If I was to tell you anything, it would ruin the call. So I'm just. You just got to check it out.
Who said that?
It's just later. It's later in the end of the year.
Ashley, wait. Hold up, Honcho.
Mm-hmm.
No, Ashley, no, baby girl, you can't say stuff like that. That's blasphemy. Travis Scott is this generation's Tupac? No, baby girl. Travis Scott is not going to be understood and recognized around the world. Come on now, you need to stop.
Y'all said.
He don't have not one generational song.
Niggas was saying, y'all saying the little nigga Kodak was this generation too. Y'all be picking, y'all just be randomly giving niggas Tupac titles. You know what I'm saying?
She probably don't even listen to Tupac.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He ended up catching them federal charges, huh? Yeah, Kodak. Cause I know he tried to go to Canada with some guns and some shit like that. Kodak is, man, that little nigga can rap. He's a talented little dude. I don't like all this shit. He's got a couple little things, but you can tell he got a story to tell. But that nigga just too hard. Every time you get out of jail, you go back to hanging with the same niggas and end up in the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So that little nigga there out there.
Sound like one of my kinfolk.
Sometimes you gotta let that shit go, man. You gotta let that shit go. Kodak, he got some jam. Like I ain't gonna lie, he got some jam. That I'm gonna say that Painting Pictures album was pretty good. And then I like that little Tunnel Vision song he got. But Man, nigga just stay in some shit. Like, you just stay in some shit. Shit, Cardi B got to thank Kodak for her whole career. Shit, she stole that nigga whole flow.
Yeah, she made a song off of his. Like, how did you let that fly?
Yeah, but that's this generation.
Like, back in the Gap, bro, you bit somebody's song like that, they came to see you. Straight up. They didn't play no games with that. If you even made something that sounded remotely like something they did, you had to see them personally. They didn't go to Facebook Live or no Instagram. They didn't go to none of that, bro. They came to your hive. Let you smell like cologne. I'm talking about.
that's the crazy.
You knew it was coming.
Yeah. The television was live. The television was jamming. But that's the thing, especially with these days. Like, all that is accepted. That's why I say it's a different culture. It's you allowed to get away with shit. Like I say, back in the Gap, you say certain shit, niggas gonna pull your card. You know, they gonna see if you about all that shit you say you about. Now motherfuckers just want your autograph and here, look, just take some pictures with us. You know, we'll let you say what you want to. We just
everything is forgiven.
Take a picture, man. You gonna post that on the gram? Make sure you tag me in that. You know what I'm saying? And get my partner here. You know, we rap too. You know, so shit. You know, just put a little group in there. We good. That's how motherfuckers. It's all about. It's all about just attention these days. That trumps everything. The fucking attention, man. So.
Yeah, the attention, no matter what it is that you're doing, whether it's good attention or bad attention, like actually filming yourself licking ice cream. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's just like, why? People just doing unnecessary shit for attention.
Crazy.
That's ridiculous. That's what we at now. And it ain't gonna do nothing but escalate. It's just gonna get dumber and dumber, and then people gonna start filming themselves, and they gonna end up doing something extremely dumb and dying. And then all of a sudden, that's gonna start circulating. Then we gonna start getting used to it because it's gonna start to happen so often. That's just where it's at. It's just gonna escalate until somebody put an end to this crap.
I'm surprised, honestly, that ain't nothing really come out of that Area 51 shit. Because as big as that shit got in that short amount of time, I really thought that it was finna be some nonsense. But them motherfuckers over there just partying with the damn guards and shit, hanging out.
Man, ain't nobody. See, this is what Americans is full of shit, bro. We full of shit. We are not as brave as we brag and boast about. Because the first thing they say, well, yeah, we know they got guns, but they can't kill all of us.
Shit,
but then when it comes down to it, well, shit, why don't y'all go on the front? Well, no, why don't you go? Don't nobody want to step up and take that bullet, bro.
But everybody
find out some stuff.
But everybody love to make somebody else a martyr. That's the thing that get me. You know, it will make somebody who end up, getting killed over some fuck shit.
Always after the fact, though.
Yeah. That's the crazy shit about it, man. So,
like, you could be the best artist ever. Oh, man, he just all right. As soon as he died, man, you heard this shit? You heard this shit? Mm-hmm. Man, he was on something. Like, bro, that shit been out. Mm-hmm. That's why when Biggie, you're nobody until somebody accuses you. That was the realest shit ever.
Yeah, that's what that. I'm not the biggest Biggie fan, but that's one of my favorite songs because of that.
But that was real.
Yeah. That was oh look, y'all just look. See, y'all Ronald Ozzy, you didn't took these reckless conversations. You just running with it. I can't stop you. She's unstoppable. Can't stop. Ashley is on a rampage. She's unstoppable. I can't.
He's overrated now. He wasn't overrated then.
Yeah, but see, that's what y'all got to understand.
The Black Album, bro.
Black Album.
The Blueprint 1 and 2.
Man, Black
what
Album.
What you mean they was? Man, I'll slap the shit out you, bro. You better go with that shit.
Black Album is when I really started.
I jammed that and All Eyes on Me.
Like I said, and I went back and started listening to some of his older shit.
I like them for different reasons. Come on, bro. You tripping.
Now, quick question, because we're going to get ready to wind it up here in a second. I got a quick question, and I want to know from you, and I want to know from everybody in the chat. Now, Tupac is a legend, right?
Right.
Damn, I can't even think of them niggas' names right now. It slipped my mind, but it's a specific one I got in mind. What was the niggas' little Outlaws, right?
Outlaws, yeah.
Okay.
Hussein Fatal?
Now, Outlaws, and there's a couple other people that he had is on a few features. I'm not gonna say which song. I just want to know Who was the best feature on a Tupac song?
On any one of them.
On any song. I mean, anyone you want to pick, the best feature on a Tupac song.
You think who's playing with him? So it's got to be out the Outlaws, or could it be anybody?
Anybody, period. Because I don't know if this.
Anybody, period.
Because I don't know if this guy was actually an outlaw, but I know he was with Pac. The one I'm thinking about. But I want to know what y'all think.
And it had to be a Tupac song.
On a Tupac song, just of
okay,
his
so
greatest feature.
No, he's not talking about anybody in particular. He's just saying, who do you think was Tupac's best feature on any one of his songs? On any one of them?
Because the one I'm thinking, I haven't seen anybody mention yet.
My brother says Storm. I don't even know who is that and what song is that? Yeah, but what song is you talking about? He versus she? I ain't never know anything. I heard that. I don't know, Honcho. Not off the top of my head. Because most of the Pac songs I really like was just him. And the only other song that I like that he was featured with somebody, but it wasn't his song, was Jealous Got Me Strapped with Spice One. That album there, America's Nightmare, that's a classic. But Pac he didn't have a lot of people on his album.
Man, I think the person. This
Not
is somebody.
really.
I'm surprised nobody said Smile went hard.
Yeah, but it was their songs, not his.
But the song that I'm thinking about, or the person I'm thinking about, is Big Psych. Niggas slept on.
He said Big Psych.
Big Psych. Niggas slept on Big Psych. That I got keys coming from overseas. Cost a nigga 200
Oh, yeah.
G. That nigga went hard on everything he showed up on. Because he was on a couple of Pac songs. But I think niggas slept on Big Psych. He went hard to me. Now, I ain't seen nobody say it. I was surprised nobody said that. Yeah, niggas used to sleep on that, but he died, didn't he? I think Big Psych
Yeah, my
died.
brother said he died before Pac did.
Oh, word, okay.
So he died after Pac? Oh, okay, so Storm died before Pac.
Okay. Yeah, that was just on my mind every time I think about that. Big Psych used to go real hard. Okay. Well, anything else that's on your mind before we slide up out of here, Professor Trill?
Fuck the Marcus. That's what's on my mind.
Okay, yeah, he still.
It ain't over, mother.
I think he still wrenches if you need to take care of that. So you know he.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'm gonna handle him. Show y'all. Don't come at the king, man. Don't come at the king.
You say you don't want to smoke. Well, that's a BET, man. Professor Trill. And shout out to Brother Trill, too, man. Tell him I appreciate his call, man. Very insightfully. Gave me a couple ideas for some things that I may want to talk about here in the near future, so I appreciate the call, man.
All right, that's a better Honcho.
Already.
All right.
All right, we're gonna wind it up on that one, man. That was a good call. Like I say, shout out to Trill and Brother Trill. Exactly. Lady T out it. I'm telling y'all, man, people used to sleep on Psych. Psych used to go real hard. And that was the thing too. Psych was no, it's not Psych. Pac was he was kind of sliding over into the acting realm. You know, and I think he probably would have been a damn good. I mean, because didn't he go to a performing arts school or high school, something like that? So he would have been a damn good actor, period. What was the movie? What did the movie he played in right before he died, where he was a cop or something like that? What if Pac would have had all the roles Ice-T got now? Let me see. Let's slide this out of here. So here is you're not gonna goddamn. I clicked on the wrong shit. I didn't even click the shit. Shout out to all of y'all, man. I appreciate all the love from all of y'all. DeMarquis, Pisces Moon. I don't know if I got to give y'all shout outs earlier. And shout out to a special pistachio thief out there. You know what I'm saying? He looked at the two lines. I never watched it. Like, I'm gonna be honest, man. Look, The Generation Explain. Yeah, I wrote that down. I definitely want to check that out. I wrote that down. I put that in my notes. I saw you mention that earlier, RH. Here's my thing. We're going to wind it down after this, man. Like I said, I appreciate all of y'all.
Pisces Moon donated $5. Gemini.
Hey. Appreciate the love, Pisces Moon. Here's my question, though. Pisces Moon, but it left a Gemini symbol. Now, I don't know all my astrologies. You know what I'm saying? I don't know all my my astrological charts and my suns and moons and all that stuff. But I don't know how that works. It is Halloween season, so we might throw that in there. Cause we can definitely argue about some top movies. I haven't seen a good horror movie in a long time, and so it's gonna be tough for me. But yeah, we'll do that. Maybe sometime closer to Halloween, something like that. We'll talk about it. Because I think you got gore movies, and then you have horror movies. You got movies that are just real violent and gory, and that's cool. But then you got to actually, like, to me, a real horror movie is a movie that should make you jump and be like, oh shit. And when you see just like a movie like, that's a bunch of blood, a bunch of violence, that's disgusting. But it don't really make you ghost. That just really make you, your heart skip a beat or some shit like that. I ain't seen nothing like that in a long time. Yeah, so we'll get into that. We'll get into that. I was going to say something I forgot all. There's like 132 Jigsaw movies. I'm pretty sure I ain't even caught up. But yes, to a special pistachio pilferer. Thank you, Sweetberry 32. And yeah, man. Like I said, we gonna get into it. And tomorrow we'll be back at it at 10. Many interesting things that were brought up today, so we're going to have a good topic for tomorrow, and I'll be on time. But outside of that, again, it's an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to get to chop it up with y'all on a nightly basis. I thank y'all for being here. You could be anywhere, doing anything, and the fact that y'all come to the den and kicking with the friends in the den, and like I said, it is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, I'm Chuck a Badoosh, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. You know some whole ass shit right before I say this is, we used to be able to fucking be in the chat like way after the stream was over. Now YouTube be on some hoe shit. They only let you be in the motherfucking chat for like a few minutes after they talk about leave the stream, go somewhere else. That's some whole ass shit. So YouTube on that, they being stingy with the chat shit. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And it only 8. 8 is a lot of movies, Shannon. I'm telling you one day. You know what, Shannon? I ain't gonna say fuck you. But fuck Kansas City, because we play Kansas City this week. So fuck everything related to your hometown, because it sucks. I'm out. Rest of y'all in the den, y'all cool. I'm gone.